Okay, welcome, you rowdy roguelike fans. I don't know, I got nothing. I'm here to play some Fatal Labyrinth on tonight's Old Games on a weekday. Why this game? I have no idea. Let me tell you a little bit about this game. I had this game when I was a teenager. Maybe I was about 14 when I got it. I bought it with my own money at Toys R Us for what I recall was about $40 or so. And I remember also buying a copy of Utopia for Intellivision the same day because our old copy had busted and our Intellivision still worked, so I was able to play it. Anyway, I was and still am a fan of the roguelike genre, and I only knew, in fact, there pretty much only was the traditional roguelikes back in the day. Most of them didn't even have graphics. They had like just ASCII characters. Like, you know, if you've ever seen me play Nethack on this channel, that's the main one I played personally. There were some with very simple graphics, like, you know, something that any non-artist could whip up in, you know, like a little character, stick figure almost kind of a thing, in like 5 minutes. But I heard this came out. I was big into Genesis because to me it was the big next step forward. Sorry, I'm getting some weird warnings in my YouTube console. Anyway, yeah, to me, Genesis was the thing for me. I was big into it. You know, the leap from NES to Genesis felt huge to me, and at the time I was like, whoa, look at the graphics, look at all the wonderful color depth and all that stuff. Look at the beautiful stereo music. And so to me, this was like the convergence of those two things I thought were awesome. Genesis with its awesome graphics and everything, and roguelikes. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm buying this game. And $40 wasn't really that much. I mean, for a teenager without a job, it was kind of much. But for a Sega Genesis game, it wasn't tremendously expensive. You know, a lot of them were like $50 or $60, which kind of gives you an idea of the mass market appeal of this game was probably lesser than, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog or something like that. I think this game came out maybe a few months before Sonic, by the way. And so I bought that game and I came home and played it, you know, expecting kind of a NetHack-like experience. And boy, was I disappointed. I really tried to like it. And I played it a bit. It was really brutal. I died a lot, which is kind of standard for roguelikes. But I don't know, I didn't feel like there was very much depth to it. And I was used to the traditional roguelikes, again, like NetHack, in which you could just like press a key to do a thing. And it would be, you know, there'd be a learning curve. Like you press O to open a door. You press comma to pick something up. You press, you know, T to throw, you know, Z to zap a wand, etc. And then once you get the hang of it, you're kind of just like a ninja, just rattling off these commands. But I thought it was a little clumsy in this game, having to like navigate these menus and press, you know, the arrow button 5 times to get where you want, and press A to get to the next sub menu to select, you know, whatever, which item you want to use, and blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, it was a big disappointment. This is probably the single game I can remember buying, the first game I can remember buying, where I was like regretting the purchase almost. So why am I playing it? I don't have the answer to that. No, I'll continue my story. Is that I do remember my brother getting into it and getting farther than I did. And it did look like it got a little kind of interesting, like almost tactically, like, you know, you have to juggle, you know, 9 or 10 different monsters and plan your moves carefully and stuff like that. Yeah, I'll wrap up this story in a moment. Basically, fast forward to maybe 2 years ago. That's my rough approximation, where I was doing kind of one of my, you know, freestyle streams where I pick a console and I play just random games on it. Kind of like what I did last week for NES. And I wound up playing this game thinking, oh, yeah, this game sucks. You know, just a couple decades have passed. I'm revisiting it with fresh eyes. And this game was gripping me. I don't know why. I still had the same saved game in this emulator. I saved it, but I reset because I don't want to continue from where I left off. Anyway, the point is, I'm kind of liking it. I mean, I really, you know, I went into it with low expectations this time, whereas before I went in with high expectations, and perhaps that made all the difference. But this felt pretty good, and I felt like I was also playing it more cautiously than I used to back in the day, and I was progressing pretty good. I played it for like an hour on that stream, and I was doing pretty good. I didn't die. Maybe I died once quickly first or something. I don't remember, but I was going pretty good. Anyway, I thought, why don't I revisit it again? Maybe I'll continue to enjoy it, and maybe I'll get farther than I ever did back in the day. Who knows? Maybe I'll even make this a thing where I keep playing it and I try to beat it. We'll see how it goes, though. And the title, I just kind of randomly decided to call this stream Fatal Labyrinth and Chill, even though it doesn't really have the fun, net thing that Nethack does. But, it's a roguelike game, so I don't know. I decided to be corny about that. Anyway, enough corniness. Let's play some Fatal Labyrinth. When I move my window around. Alright. So you don't even pick a character class in this game. So that's one, right off the bat, you can tell that's kind of more limited than most roguelike. Alright, so what happened is I just tested this controller, and now I talked a bunch of stuff, and it doesn't want to work anymore. So let me see what I can do about that. Let me just reconnect with it, and hopefully it'll be good. Stupid Bluetooth controllers. They're always finicky. Okay, am I in business here? What's happening? I reconnected. Okay, now start's not working. Okay. Oh, I think it's going. Here we go. All right. And hello to Andy, who says impressive credits. Here's the cool little intro. Here you are in the town. And by the way, you have my simulated CRT curvature going on. I feel like you could really notice it when it was like scanning downward like that. All right, here's my little dude. He's a black-haired guy. His hair looks shiny, by the way. It looks like he's probably young. He has 2 eyes and nothing else going on in his face, really. It looks like he's not really well equipped for battle or anything. He looks like he's wearing some peasant clothing, basically. What's he got on his shoulders, though? Maybe he has some football shoulder pads or something. Let's talk to people. That's what you do in these games, right? The dragon must be destroyed before we get trapped in a world of darkness. Man. Help, I'm scared the dragon is coming. No more sunlight. Please destroy the dragon so I can dry my laundry outside. I mean, I don't think that's the top concern here, but of course they have the woman, Everybody else is like, it's going to be the end of mankind, and the woman is like, I need to dry the laundry. Well, here's the woman, though, I think. There's a graveyard up ahead. That's where all the departed souls go. Yeah, I'm going to be going there, too, probably. I heard that a brave swordsman defeated the dragon a long time ago. I wonder if I have to go to school tomorrow. Yeah, so like the woman worried about the laundry, the kid is worried about school. That sounds like how I was back in the day. If there was like a nasty snowstorm coming, I'd be like, oh man, I hope I don't have to go to school. Dragonia, the legendary castle, has risen once more. That's right, in the intro we saw this castle rise up, and that's like, I guess literally what happens. It's not being metaphorical. It's like literally the dragon returns, so his castle rises out of the ground. I don't know. We're finished. The end of the world is coming. The ghouls from Dragonia. So we got to deal with the dragon, and some ghouls. The ghouls from Dragonia keep coming back even if we defeat them. What shall we do? A ghoul stole the holy goblet for the dragon. I thought he was going to say something like, the ghoul stole my underwear. Ghouls invaded the village and stole the holy goblet. Got it. That's the holy grail, basically, right? The holy goblet. A ghoul from Dragonia has stolen... I got it. The holy goblet, the source of light, which illuminates the world. We must get the goblet back. We could try just using the sun as our source of light. To prevent the dragon from returning to power. The goblet casts out darkness and brings forth light. Alright, so it's figurative. Figurative light, I guess. Actually, I don't think it's just figurative. Alright, so... Is there anything down here, or do I go up? Yeah, I think I just go up. There's no, like, town part of the game where you buy stuff. I mean, this is the town part of the game. You just talk to a bunch of useless people. But yeah, it's not like the Angband line of roguelites, in which is a town area before the dungeon. And again, there's no like character creation where you make choices or roll up stats or anything like that. You don't choose a character class. There's none of that. That was like, again, a thing that kind of, when I first played this game, I was like, oh, you don't even get to like choose a character class. So, you know, again, a lot of disappointment, but you know, I'm here to have fun, so let's have fun. Where do you think you're going? Don't even try it. Many have fought the dragon but failed. All right, I'm here to be the next one who failed. Oh. Wait, he said something else, but I missed it because I thought he was repeating himself. I think it was basically like, oh, you're really going to do it? All right, take care. Wait, somebody give me a weapon. All right, here we are in the castle. Now you have the, not terrible, but very repetitive music coming up here. All right. Yeah, sorry, I got some light sensitivity going on with my eye lately, among many other problems. So I'm just kind of keep adjusting this lamp so it's not hurting my... All right, so I got to remember what we're doing here. So first of all, off the bat, we have 4 monsters on the screen. And the guy to my right, the red thing, is a worm. I remember that. They're pretty aggressive in attacking you. I feel like the others here might be less aggressive. The magician guy at the bottom left, he kind of does this little... It might just be an animation, it doesn't mean much, but he like kind of teleports. He turns into a ball and moves, I think, to the next square, or does he jump 2 squares at a time? I don't really recall. I'll have to get the hang of it again. Let's get my drawing tool ready in case I want to draw on the screen. It's always important to do that. Bear with me a second. I'm trying to remember my hotkeys here. All right. Yeah, so now I can draw stupid circles on the screen. It's always important. All right, so I have, I guess probably a basic dagger in my hand, it looks like, or something. Let's see all the things I can do. Start is to pause. Oh, A was to pass, which was probably not what I wanted to do. I passed a turn. I guess I might as well attack the worm. I missed. It hit me for 2. I hit it for 1. It hit me for 3. I missed. It hit me for 1. This is not going well. Missed 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 1. 1, 2. Oh my goodness. Missed. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. Is there anything I'm missing here? I already got the knife equipped. That's my only weapon. I don't have any shield. What is the helmet? I don't have any helmet. Don't have any armor. What is the staff? I don't think I have anything else for it. Potions, scrolls, rings, and then bows. All right. So as you can see, I'm already getting overwhelmed. So what I could do is just hope I can grind through it. And if I die, hey, I didn't even like move yet, so it's not really a big deal. Or I could try to escape and make it to a corridor in which I'll be fighting only one guy at a time. But in the process of escaping, I might take a ton of damage. You know what? I'm just gonna wing it. Let's go for it. All right, I killed one worm. Now I have to deal with a worm and a slime on top of me. I mean, hopefully I'll get through this and then I can rest up a bit. I think you can just kind of pass your turn a bunch of times and heal up that way. God, Lord, I'm gonna die. You know what? Not a big deal, right? We just started. All right, so who's worse? Who's gonna damage me more, the bird or the slime? Let's go with the bird. It's actually supposed to be a bat. I've killed it. All right, so I've almost cleared this room. I could probably run away now. The slime actually keeps good pace. Look at that. Oh, and when you turn, if you notice, they seem to get an attack on you. I'm not sure what the logic is there exactly, but he stopped pursuing me, which is interesting. However, there's no corridor for me to duck into, but there is some random stuff I could grab. How do I grab it, though? B? A? Picked up a gray ring. I feel like at this point, let's just desperately put on stuff. Wear the gray ring. Begin to feel much better. That sounds good. Oh, actually, I remember this now where, that sounds like, oh, a ring of healing or something. But it pretty much gives that message for everything, I think, which is terrible. But I think that's a fact. A black scroll. A short bow. Let's use the bow. Let's shoot them. All right, I think we're getting somewhere now. And I think I healed up by 1 hit point. I don't believe you have to manage and worry about ammo. I don't think. How do I shoot, though? Did I not equip it? Oh, no, I'm getting zapped. All right, what do I do? A? No. Shit, I'm passing turns again. B? No. C? Use it. Yeah, use it. There we go. Wait, do I have arrows or something in the lower left that says AR0? Did I just use my one arrow then? No, AR must be something else. It's probably armor. Or you like power and armor or something like that. Let's see if I can actually do some damage here. Come on. Oh god, you're getting sleep. He's putting me to sleep. Parried. You've awake. Alright, so I was asleep, but nobody came to bother me in the meantime. And I cannot hit with this bow for the life of me. At least I'm taking a nap and my, you can see down here my hit points have increased to 11. So I'm getting a nice nap in here. Alright, I don't know. I think I gotta put on the knife again. Maybe I have to get a certain level before I can use the arrow effectively, the bow effectively. I don't really remember. Again, I don't really recall how the mechanics work. I'll see the knife. And I guess I'll deal with this slime. Cool, it's called a jelly actually, and I killed it. Alright. That's right, this magician guy, I think they're called a magician. They're just putting me to sleep generally more than they're attacking me. They do attack me as well though. I'm actually about to die. Crap. Alright, do I want to flee? I might do that. He's keeping pace again though, don't. Alright, cool. That was a desperate move and I pulled it off and got a level. Alright, here's a weapon. What is it? Short sword, let's do it. And you can see here it tells you the power. This is a power of 2. And I'm not sure exactly what that means. It might just mean like, oh, if you look at the bottom left, it says power 3. So that's the weapon power plus maybe some kind of inherent power like my strength. And if I switch back to the knife, I think it's going to go back to 2. No, the power. Okay, so it doesn't adjust the power in the lower left. And I'm talking about this down here, by the way. So that must be my natural power. And before I level up, well, I think it was 2. Anyway, the short sword is obviously better, and I don't think there's any reason to stick with the knife. Like, I don't think there's a specific weapon skill, perhaps. Anyway, so I got through that horrible starting room. I should heal up, but there is a thing in this game, like in Nethack and other roguelikes, where you have to eat. And you can see, I think that's what the F is in the lower left. I think that's my food, and if I run out, I think I'm just dead. I haven't been keeping close eye on it, so I don't know how much it has been depleted since I started. And I'm trying to figure out what to do. All right, here we go. Here's the corridor. So I'm a little bit healed. I'm still kind of not in a great spot, but let's poke my head in here. Oh, look, a bunch of potions. Yeah, that sounds good. Green potion, yellow potion, short sword, which I already have one of. Okay, so now we have a bunch of potions. And the question is, do we want to try some randomly? I don't recall if this game has any means of identification other than trial and error. Let's just drink one of the potions for starters. There we go. We got green, yellow, and yellow. Let's do the yellow because then we know what the other one is. That seems good. All right, look at that. It changed. You begin to feel much better, and my hit points were 28 a moment ago, so that must be a healing potion. Now they're 50, so that's nice. If you look here, though, it doesn't... Okay, that's right. It doesn't relabel it as a healing potion. It's still called a yellow potion. But if you put the cursor over it, then at the bottom down here, it says this is the heal potion. All right, so that's how it works. All right, well, now I'm pretty healed up, so that's not terrible. Nobody here to fight. My food is down to 6. Remember I said a moment ago I wasn't sure what I started at? So now it's already gone down by 2. I gotta find some food here. No time to waste. That's kind of like the time limit in a lot of roguelikes. But in many of them, there are opportunities to like farm and, you know, pace around, killing things. I don't know if that's really much of a thing in this game. I guess you can spend a lot of time resting if you don't have anything putting the time pressure on you. Like you could just hit the A button to pass your turn a bunch of times basically and rest up that way. So that it's not a bad mechanic, but sometimes it can be a little oppressive. There's some food. Oh yeah, give me that big hunk of meat I found on the dungeon floor. Okay, leather helm. Cool, more protection. Well, it's the only protection. First kind of protection I found so far. Equipped with the leather helm. And by the way, in traditional roguelike fashion, I'm pretty sure this game has cursed objects. All right, let's check how this bumps up my food. I have 5 right now, and now I have 15. Nice. All right, so now I feel a little bit more confident that I'm not gonna starve any minute now. Let's hide over here. Let them come to me. Classic roguelike tactic. Go to a corridor kind of area where you can deal with only one guy at a time. If you're in the middle of the room and there's like, you know, you're just surrounded by them, that's just dumb. You don't want to do that. Generally. If you had something like, you know, depending on the game, some kind of a special move that lets you like swing your sword all around or like an explosive fireball or something, that could be different. But generally the basic roguelike tactic is get into a corridor, get thee to a corridor and fight just one monster at a time. Hey Arturo! Arturo's in the house. He said I missed the credits. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't really the credits, it was just a little introductory animation. If you want, you can rewind and just check it out and then come back here. Yeah, it's kind of neat. It's not fantastic. So I hit the A button there to search for the secret door. This kind of CRT curvature effect is kind of weirding me out a little with the tiles. I'm considering turning that off. But yeah, I like it in its own weird way. I don't know. I can't decide if I like it, I guess is my point. Alright, let's hit another worm. I think the worms shoot, or there's only some of them. Maybe the more advanced kind. Alright, so I leveled up again. I am now a ranger, apparently. I guess it's time to go up the stairs. Hello, Eric Johnson in the house. Welcome. We have Andy, our old... We were just talking about whether Andy is a super regular or not. I call you a super regular for the old game streams, Andy, but in general, you're just a regular. But Eric and Arturo are super regulars for the whole channel. Anyway, you go up the stairs because we're in a castle, right? Most roguelikes are going down because you're going deep into a dungeon, but here we're climbing up. All right, so we have a staff on the ground, another one of these bats who looks like a seagull, and another worm. Alright, you destroy the worm. Let's take care of the seagull. I'm just going to call him Seagull. It's funnier that way. So we can try this staff if we want. I mean, they call it a cane, actually. And these are basically like wands in NetHack, right? They do a random zappy effect. And Arturo said I went back. It was cool. Totally worth it. Okay. You can go back too, Eric, if you want. If you missed the intro. Alright, so I could try zapping the orange cane at somebody who might come by later. A longsword, that sounds better. Now, I'm really not sure if there's any reason for me to not just use the best weapon I have. I could try reading the manual. Imagine doing that. Should we pull up the manual quick just to see if there's anything I'm missing? Because the way I'm playing it now, it's just kind of like, you know, I'm just running with it, and I'm gonna pull it up quick. Let's skim through it. If it seems like there's nothing worth looking at, I'll just, you know, skim through it, throw it away. Oh, I found the whole game you can play in your browser on archive.org instead of the manual. That's funny. Go. Instruction manual. Starting. I love how these old retro consoles are like, first you have to plug in the system and attach it to your TV and put the cartridge right here and plug in the controller right there, etc., etc. Harness Dragonia. Man, might as well read the story while we're here. It's only a one-page thing. Dragonia, the Castle of Doom, has resurrected. The ghouls from the castle have stolen the Holy Grail, no, the Holy Goblet, the source of light. Without it, the world will be trapped in darkness forever. A courageous fellow, Trikar, I guess that's me, volunteers to retrieve the Holy Goblet. The people from his village wish him luck as he heads out to Dragonia. After a treacherous hike through the forest, he arrives at the gate of the towering castle. As he enters the gigantic gate, he finds himself in a labyrinth of countless chambers. Can Trikar survive 30 floors? I don't know how many floors there are. 30 floors of mayhem and redeem the holy goblet. His fate is in your hands. Don your armor and pick up your weapon. Puncture green globs and break up ice bars. That sounds delicious. Make dark ninjas and deadly hell frogs vanish with your magic. Evade traps and break down walls to discover shortcuts. The village is anxiously waiting for the return of the holy goblet and you. Alright. Yeah, this is all obvious controls. Kind of an obvious tip is do not climb the steps until you've searched all the rooms. Which you don't necessarily have to do, but generally it's a good idea. Right, there's the loathsome creatures. Here we have the breakdown of the kind of stats bar at the bottom. Right, your level, your rank. So level is not your level, it's actually which level of the dungeon you're on. And the number 2 is it's kind of a description of your rank. You don't actually see like what experience level you are. I'm actually level 3 already though. When your rank increases, the maximum number of hit points, power, and the defensive power also increases. Blah, blah, blah. HP of 0 is death. You gain HP that you lost by walking around. F is food. Do not stuff yourself or you'll be sorry. That's right, you can overeat. I don't know what happens. I think you get like tired or something or sickly. At least you can't choke to death though, like in Nethack. Gold. Oh yeah, that's right. All gold is... You don't actually buy things in this game. When you die, you get a nice bigger grave for for having more gold. You get to go out in style. If you have some money. Some people do that in real life, right? They buy a fancy place in a mausoleum or something. Power is the power you have. The more power you have, the easier it is for you to destroy enemies. It's basically your attack strength. AR armor indicates your defensive power. The higher your AR, the less damage you sustain. Using your items. Yep, obvious stuff. What was the initial thing I had questioned about that I opened the manual for? Well, I'll just see if there's anything in particular that's interesting. Weapons include knives, swords, spears, shurikens, and axe. Shurikens can be thrown consecutively. You can be carrying another weapon and use the shurikens at the same time. Okay. Shield, helmet, and armor protect you. Yeah. Magic scroll confuses monsters, lights up rooms, etc. Cane casts magic spells that use the power of fire, ice, thunder, wind, and other effects. Potions can recover your HP while others can hurt you. Rings, some give you power and others can be thrown at enemies. Bow enables you to attack enemies from a distance and can be used consecutively. Now, I think you're talking about like things you can use consecutively. Like what's the alternative? Like you have to not use it. Like you have to attack and then do something else and then attack. Like I'm not really understanding why they mentioned that. Anyway, that's fine. Food keeps you going. Yep, game over. Yeah, if you die, you die. You can continue on the level you left off on. Though that's something different from most roguelikes. Usually you got permadeath. Oh, but look, you go back a little bit. When you die on levels 1 to 4, you can continue from 1. From 5 to 9, 5. Basically, you start at the lower end of each range here. Survival tips. Collect as many items as possible. Remember, some are cursed. Beware of the red square. Read all messages. Try not to let enemies surround you. Some enemies won't attack you unless you touch them. Some enemies will cast spells. Watch out for gameplay information. Oh, we gotta call this guy. Call 1415871 game. What the hell is that? Is that like a general Sega number? I think they used to have something like a 1-800 something something Sega, but 415871 game sounds weird. Maybe that's the Fatal Labyrinth specific hotline. That's it. So I didn't really learn much from that, but it was good to check it, except that there's 30 dungeon levels, and that's pretty much all I learned. yeah, Eric. Eric says you can choke in Nethack. Oh man, what a way to die. Yeah, that's It's one of the main risks in Nethack. If you overeat, you can choke to death. And there are some creatures, especially wraiths, that are really good to eat. Because when you eat a wraith, you have like, I think, a 50-50 chance. No, the wraith has a 50-50 chance of leaving a corpse. But if you eat a wraith corpse, you just gain a level. So some players push it. They're full. They're like, I can gain a level. I'm just going to push it. I'm going to risk it. And then they die. And then the high score list has, you know, it's always littered with, if you go onto like a server, it's always littered with all these people having choked to death on wraith corpses. It's kind of funny in a way. All right, let's resume some Fatal Labyrinth. Let's get Fatal. Some armor. Leather armor, cool. That's better than the nothing I have now. All right. Now my armor at the bottom went up from 1 to 3, which is interesting because I thought I found that the power did not increase when you equip a different weapon, but apparently the armor does change. Let me fiddle with that again. My power is 4 right now. If I go to a knife, it still says 4. Yeah, that's weird. So the power at the bottom is not reflected by your change in weapon, but the armor at the bottom is. Green potion. Okay, we have a magician. We got a battle axe. Is that better than a longsword? It seems like I'm just kind of finding these weapons way too fast. Longsword has a power of 4. Let's see what the battle axe has. 15. Holy crap! It might be something like it. It's harder to hit with it, but unfortunately the manual didn't enlighten me about like things like 2-hit mechanics or whatnot. That almost seems too good though. I feel like it probably is harder to hit. Well, let's try it though. If we can totally rock these guys, then hey, let's do it. Wow, that bat was like 1-hit splat. Let's see if the magician goes down so easily. Missed. I'm getting sleepy. Parried. Jeez. No. Okay, wakened. Killed him. Missed. Killed him. I mean, it seems good to me. I mean, I can't really tell if I'm hitting with less accuracy. It didn't seem like egregiously bad. I mean like nothing was obvious, right? So if it does hit less often, I think it's probably just a tiny bit less. But I don't know. Yeah, it seems like the weapon to go with for sure. In fact, it seems like I'm just mopping the floor with them at this point. I wonder if it's normal to find a battle axe that early. Okay, we got another seagull. Wow, this is great. Come to me, Wormy. Oh yeah, they shoot you. Okay. Question is he gonna stand there shooting? Or do I have to like lure him into a better position? I should probably lure him into a better position. I'm hitting the A button a lot to pass my turn, but they're just not coming to me. You can see the slime is moving. How's my food? 6 G's. I can't waste time. Gotta keep it going. Alright, here's a shield, my first shield. Equip leather shield. Hooray. Meat. Okay, well that was more food than the last one. It increased my food by 30. Last time I only gained 10 food from a pickup. So that was a big hunk of big hunk of meat. Alright, so now I'm kind of reviewing, did I go everywhere? If they had like a smaller map I could look up, I wouldn't need to wander around just to be sure I've been everywhere. I think I have been though. Alright, up to level 3. Comes a worm off the bat. And you can see I'm trying to step out of the way so he's not lined up with me to shoot me. A spear, a lance. Can't carry anymore. Now we're already getting into wow, we gotta manage equipment. I guess I'll get rid of the knife. Can I drop another thing in the same spot or do I need to be elsewhere? Can't discard it here. Yeah, this game doesn't let you have stacks of equipment. Another battle. Now the question is, what does the lance do? And I kind of have this feeling that it won't be as good, and there's always a risk of a cursed item, so I don't know. I'm tempted not to try it, but I'm gonna give in and do it anyway. Equipped with the lance. It has a power of 2, which sucks. Does it have like a better range or anything? I mean, I feel like it's still just one space. I'm going back to the battle axe if it lets me. Yeah, for some reason I was paranoid about being cursed, but I don't know why. I was like almost expecting it to be. Alright, we got this ice guy now, the ice bar or whatever they're called. Delicious ice cream snack. Ice bar is dead. Another short bow. Is it another leather shield? Yep. Leather. Hell bent for leather. A long corridor. Longer than what we've seen so far. I'm just gonna charge the sleep magician. Good, there's some food. Our food is 32 and now it is 42. Huh, yeah. That one food I found last time was a special one apparently. I got all these things I gotta just try, I guess. I don't know. Let's try a black scroll because I got 3 of them. Items have appeared from the darkness. Okay, what does that do exactly? A search scroll. Okay. So... yeah, so what does that do? Does it show... maybe it shows where items are like in the black area on the map? Because I don't think there's a concept of like hidden items per se. Maybe there is though. I guess we'll see if we see any items in the black. Oh, a snail. I forgot there were snails in this game. Yay, I am now a leader. I was a ranger last level. Yeah, look, there we go. That's what the searching did. Okay. So you can see where the items are, even in the unexplored blackness. This snail is very well armored. It's parrying all of my attacks. I guess I'm hitting the shell. That's supposed to be the idea, perhaps. Another blacksmith. I mean, those don't seem like they're going to be that valuable. I mean, could be wrong, but what am I doing? I can't just step to the right repeatedly. I gotta do this. I am getting sleepy. Stop it. Stop it. So my question to the chat is, has anybody actually played this game before? Alright, so I have a lance and a spear, and again I'm gonna give into the temptation to try it out. And hopefully it's not cursed. It's only worth 1. That's like the knife I started with. But I am questioning if there's like a length. I don't know, I'm probably overthinking it. Let's drop Let's drop the freaking spear. I don't know. And Eric said I didn't. Not I didn't even know it existed until now. Yeah, this was not a well-known game. I mean, if you were a roguelike nerd like me and you heard about it, you might have been like, whoa, cool. But not everybody was a roguelike nerd. Kind of a bold move on Sega's part, actually. Yeah, this wasn't made by some odd third-party developer. This was like the same year as Sonic the Hedgehog by the same developers as Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, hey, how about we make this Mario competitor? And then one of their other developers was like, I'm gonna make like a Nethack kind of a game. What's Nethack? You guys are gonna love it. I'll show you. Searching here, but nothing's happening. Okay. And yeah, this was not considered a commercial success, nor a critical success. But again, I am kind of liking it now, years later. Okay, there's an ice bar again. Okay, they're shooting me with their iciness. I think they have a ranged attack even. Green potion. So, how's my potion situation? I got green, which is, I don't know what it is, and yellow is healing. Let's just use one of the greens. We'll consider it an identification. Okay, you begin to feel much better. What did it do, though? Power up. Oh, it increased my power. Is that permanent? Probably not, but let's keep an eye on it. My power went from, I think, 4 to 6, or did I go to 6 when I leveled up? This is why we have the preview window. I can rewind in my preview and see when I leveled up what was my power. Yeah, my power was 5 right before I drank that potion. So it did increase it by 1. So now the thing is, let's keep an eye on it. Let's see if it goes back down to 5 or not. If that's permanent, then yeah, I'm gonna chug those things as soon as I get them. Did I explore the whole level? I think I did. I always have this problem, like, did I do it? I guess I did. Okay, let's go up. Power is still 6. I go up the stairs, it's still 6. That's good. Good sign. I like the money bag with a dollar sign on it. Hand axe. I feel like they threw a strong weapon at me way too early. Like, why would I want to use the other thing? This is power 7. It's not two-handed, right? Because I was able to use the shield. I kind of thought when I equipped my shield that maybe it would say the battle axe is two-handed or something like that, so I couldn't use it. But that does not seem to be the case. I don't even know if the game has a concept of two-handed weapons. Power is still 6. Again, I'm keeping an eye on that. Yeah, I think it might be a permanent thing. Ah, secret door. My secret door sense was tingling right there. And also over here. No, actually, this is a normal corridor. Yeah, I don't need a short sword. Some more food. I have 34, but hey, I'll take some more. 54. Yeah, now I have to be aware of what's the point at which it's bad to eat. I'm not sure if it's like if you go beyond 99 or what. Leather armor again. Let's try zapping a staff for the heck of it. More leather, yep. More food. All right, I guess we can test if this makes me sick right here. Oh, yeah, 83 made me sick. I can't eat anymore. Everything's red. I'm moving slowly. Look at this. I have to tap a direction twice before I can move. So I guess it halves your speed when you're full. And we can test what the threshold is. Perhaps it's 80. When my food level goes below 80, we can see for sure. I could just sit here and pass the time. I mean, I'm going to mash the A button. This way I'm not caught in a combat with my pants down, basically. And, you know, the only reason why you don't want to do this generally is because your food burns it off, right? So in this situation, it's win-win. All right, I'm still slow at 80, but what about below 80? Mash, mash, mash. And, yeah, 80 is the threshold. Okay, so you want to be at 79 or less. Another magician. This is kind of another reason why I didn't like the game as much initially. Is like, you know, Nethack has like 1,001 monsters, where this one has like, I mean, it probably has like 30 or so, but you're gradually introduced to them. So I'm fighting like the same six or 7 foes at the moment. Anyway, my power is still 6. I am starting to get convinced it's permanent. Should we just chug them all then? I'm gonna do it. Power up. 7. Power up. 8. Nice. Okay. Let's check to the right over here. Nothing. Yeah, my secret door sense was tingling right there, but I guess it was wrong. Destroy the worm, another ring. What is it? I have a ring on already, don't I? Do I know what it is? Lightning. How does that even work? You can throw rings. Should I throw one at somebody? Throw a lightning ring? You can throw these weapons too, can't you? Huh? Can you like throw everything? Throw a leather shield at you. Okay, interesting. Let's try throwing a lightning ring for the heck of it. See what it does. Ah! I think it was like a little explosion, so you could throw it at a massive guys. All right. Obviously it was not an economical use of it right there, but you know, I have more than one. I don't think wearing it is actually doing anything. Can I unwear it? No. I could throw it or discard it. All right. Let's try the staff. The cane, sorry. Orange cane, here you go. I made him asleep, cool. Taste of your own medicine, sleep magician. Alright, what did I miss? I feel like I missed something, yeah. This might just lead back to the same area. Nope, new room, okay. What about here? Search, 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 there we go. Snail. Flail snail. I think, was that a D&D creature? I think there was a D&D monster called the flail snail, and it had like multiple heads that had like a spiky ball on the end of each, and it would kind of whip you with flail snail. All right, I think I need to go. I might have missed something in the bottom leftish, I feel like, maybe. I don't know. This is where my bad sense of direction will affect me. My bad memory of maps and stuff like that. I think I'm probably good. All right. Now where were the stairs though? No secrets here, huh? I was kind of just hoping those would be like a shortcut more than anything new to find. All right, let's go up. I'm convinced we're done. This is a differently shaped room. It's very wide. I got a black cane. We should try zapping again. I will zap you, snail. The enemy has been damaged for 15 points. What's it called? Oh, you only get one use per cane, don't you? Okay. Well, that's good to know. It's good to identify these things, all right? So that's cool. One interesting thing in this game is facing matters. It's very different from an ASCII roguelike in that respect, because look at how I'm facing. If I want to throw, right, or use my cane, it's going to go in the direction I'm facing. I don't get to choose a direction after that. So you have to be facing the direction you want to use a thing or throw a thing. And to face a direction, you have to spend a move taking a step like so. So that you have to kind of figure that into your tactics. I mean, it hasn't been too important to me yet, but it could be a micro step in my tactics that I have to consider later. That orb guy is asleep, I think. Should I let the icy guy come to me? I think I'll do that, and then I'll kill it. It did a decent amount of damage. The ice bar did 12 in one hit. Another short sword. Should I wake this thing up? I don't know. Another one. I'm gonna do it. Let's fight it. The robot. It's a robot. It's not even like an orb. It's a robot. All right, let's kill this robot. Oh man, I'm gonna get killed by the robot. It's getting too cocky here. Okay, what can I do? I can kill it. Yeah. All right. I mean, I have a good belly full of food. I can just kind of wait a while. and heal up that way. But I don't know what the blue ring is though. I wonder if I should try wearing it. Begin to feel much better. It's just a BS message. A power up. Oh, that increased my power. Look at that. What was I at? Like 9 or something? I'm at 11 now. That's cool. I don't know if rings drain your tummy, your food basically, like in Nethack. I don't think they do. Okay, I'm out of the deadly red zone hit point wise, but I would like to be higher still before I explore. Guess I might as well stand here and hit A. I don't have to run back and forth. Thank you for hitting the like button, whoever just did that. I appreciate it. One nice thing about the likes is sometimes I review my channel stats and I see what people liked the most. and so that can be guidance about what I want to stream or make videos about in the future. Other shorts. I wish you could like just see what something is by standing on it. Like it would say there's a short sword here. So I'm picking them up just to see what they are. Okay, another robot. They gave me a hard time, but I feel like I might as well just fight it. Get my experience points in. There's nobody else here to compound the danger. So let's do it. And I have more power than I did last time. That was not bad. This thing is probably going to take me above 8. Well, is it? Sometimes the food was giving me 10. Sometimes it was giving me 30. If it gives me 30, I'm definitely going to be affected. If it only gives me 10, I won't be. I guess if it gives me 30, I'll just burn it off. Alright, it gave me 30. So now I got to burn it off by mashing A for like 2 minutes here. That's a little bit annoying. Look at my food in the lower left. It's at 93. And for anyone who missed this earlier, if you have 80 or above food, you go very slowly, like so. Every 2 actions is 1 move. So you don't want to be in the thick of an intense combat when you're full like this. So I gotta walk it off now. I ate too much. I have no self-control. It's like me in real life when you give me a bag of jalapeno potato chips. I got a bag of those recently from Costco, and I'm afraid to think of how many calories worth of it I ate in one sitting. It was probably 4 digits though. Hopefully the low end of 4 digits. I'm just filling dead air while my guy walks off his pain here. Would it help if we, you know, gave him a laxative or something, or maybe not? Maybe you don't want to go that far. Maybe just some Pepto-Bismol. It is kind of annoying. It's too bad I can't do the Nethack thing. This is kind of why I was disappointed in this game back in the day. In Nethack, you could say, repeat this action 100 times. You could just say search 100 times to kill time, and it'll just do it. It'll go, boop, it's done. But if somebody interrupts you, like a monster shows up, it'll cancel that action. So it's kind of nice. You can like write little programs almost, or little macros. But in this game, I gotta just I gotta deal with it. Eventually the floor tiles will be a different color. It's very exciting. On some of the later levels it changes. There might be a change next level. If you look at the manual, like the manual that we were looking at, it had kind of these groups of levels, and it said if you die from level 1 to 5, you resume at level 1, and then 6 to 10 you resume at level 6, and so on. So I feel like that might be like where everything changes a little bit in appearance and probably in difficulty as well. Anyway, we're almost below 80 now. We're at 81. I'm just gonna take a trip over to that corridor and then walk through it. Maybe I'll pass a little bit before I take one more step. Get down to 79. I would be really kicking myself if I like die here because I'm full. So I'm gonna be disciplined and do it. There we go. Okay, I mean there are 2 snails. That could be, that could give you a little bit of trouble. I think I'd probably be fine, but why risk it? Yeah, these guys are a little challenging to beat. They have their snail armor. Look, I am now a battle man. Battleman? Another battle axe. I'm a battleman with my battle axe. Like, yeah, these snails. They should have made a turtle. That could be the armored guy. Alright, so let's throw something at this guy for the fun of it. Here, you can have a short sword in your face. Oh, alright. You want to play like that? I'll throw something nastier at you. I'm going to throw one of my 3 battle axes at you. Ha! Missed. Oh, man. And they disappear into the void, right? Okay, I got another hand axe. I can throw that at people, too. I'm not sure if that's ever effective to throw random melee weapons. I got a pink ring. That's very stylish for me. I'm a guy who likes pink rings. The power-up ring is nice. Let's identify the pink one. Beginning to feel much better. My power went down by 3 because I'm no longer wearing power ring. This is a blizzard ring. Okay, I assume that's the kind you throw and it does a boomy kind of effect, like the lightning one did. But I'm gonna put back on the blue ring to get my power up by 3 again. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do the classic roguelike tactic that we've already spoken about, which is fight them one at a time in a corridor. Alright, here comes the flail snail. Flail snail! Okay. Took a little damage, but you know, you heal up pretty quickly. Alright, another robot. They were a little bit of a pain, but I'm only stronger than I was last time I fought them. I'll heal up a little and then fight him. Alright, let's do it. Take that, robot. Why are there robots in this dungeon anyway? A ninja! Why are there ninjas in this dungeon anyway? Makes more sense than a robot, perhaps. He can't just walk, he has to do his jump. A ninja jump through the air. Haha! Take that, ninja. Okay, dealt 3. 2. And I dealt about 15. He dealt another 4. Alright. So yeah, they're a threat, but not, you know, not terrible. Okay, now I have that question that I always have. Did I explore everything? And am I wasting food trying to figure that out? I think I probably did. Alright, let's go to the stairs. Now this might be the next section like I was talking about. It looks the same. But let me see the manual real quick again. It might not be grouped quite like... Oh, that was 5 through 9 is the second sort of section. So I was already in that. Alright, this room looks a little dangerous, but at least the robots don't bother you until you attack them, so I don't have to worry about that. I guess let's just rush the ninja. He might throw throwing stars at me, I'm not sure. Yeah, that was a one-shot against the ninja. I mean, I missed the first time. Alright, let's just deal with the snail. Not a big deal. Take that, you snail. I need like a wand that has like a salt bomb effect, and I can like instantly kill snails with it. Ah, not the salt! I will leave the food for the moment. A green cane, do I know that one? I do not. I'm kind of torn between just using canes just to identify them or saving them for a rainy day. Hey, I one-shotted the robot. Cool. Okay, 2 ice bars. Snail. Oh, 2 more ice bars. Let's not go too deep into that room. They might be able to shoot me from a distance, so I gotta be careful. Fortunately, they're approaching me quite stupidly. Like, they're not approaching in a way that would let them take advantage of their ranged attack. Hey, Stu. Stu is in the house, and he says, you should raise Cain. Raising Cain. There we go. So we killed more delicious ice bars. Now we're gonna kill some delicious snails for dessert. How's it going with you, Mr. Stew? Alright, I got a longbow. That beats my short bow. I haven't really been using the ranged weapons though, because I seem to suck with the short bow. I mean, I'm not sure what made me suck. I used it at a very low level, so it could have been that. Let's experiment with that a little bit, perhaps. Spear. So we have a couple of robots here we can try it on. Stu says he's tired. Yeah, I hear ya. Let's try using the longbow. What is the power of the longbow, by the way? Does it tell me here? Oh, I have to equip it first. That would help. Equip longbow. And we'll shoot the robot with it. 3 point. It seems like, again, not knowing 100% how the mechanics work, it feels like that would basically be like if I smacked somebody with a 3-power melee, such as, I don't know, one of these crappy things. I guess a little bit better than the lance. And I guess the obvious advantage is that I would have the range advantage. So if you could really take advantage of the range, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. Let's give it a try, like from back here, perhaps. Okay, yeah, I mean, this might be a valuable tactic to have under my belt. Is he even awaking? Like waking up here? Yeah, he's waking up. Okay. What's up, Stu? Stu says, the game I've been playing, you are a Lance. Like your character's name is Lance. So with this guy shooting back at me, I'm not sure this is a good tactic. But I'll continue with it for this one battle. You know, obviously if they only had melee, this would be a much better tactic. But I'm not sure it was better with the way they're shooting back at me. And I kind of forgot that they could shoot, because I was always just smacking them in the head, which I will do right here. I will heal up a little bit first. I will dance around the robot. Ring around the robot. Da 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 da. They can be a pain sometimes, these robots. Jesus. Wow, okay. What is the game you're playing, Stu? Is it some Windows adventure game from 2008? I don't know, I'm just guessing. That's why I see pop up sometimes, pretty often. Not that there's anything wrong with that. All right, let's walk around healing up for a little bit. Do 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 do. You should play that Dora game some more, or some FMV games again. The funny thing about FMV games, I think they could potentially be a lot of fun, but it was like, in that era, it felt like these game developer studios were just excited to use that tech, but they didn't have like good actors or anything. And they usually didn't have a good game behind it either. Like, yeah, let's do this. All right, let's hire that guy on the corner who was begging for money to be an actor. And pretend he's being attacked by a zombie or something. Is it really 2008, Stu? Stu said it's called 1.5 Ritter. And it is indeed a Windows adventure game from 2008. That's funny. Alright, I got a robot again. Now, I'm also thinking back in the day, I found this game very hard because I don't think I was paying attention to the tactics too much. I was kind of just running into things. Which, if you start to get into a sort of like a zen sort of state, and just kind of not thinking and enjoying the game, you can really fall into that trap of, well, let me just kind of walk around, explore things, hit everything randomly. And most of the time it's fine to do that, but if you just kind of walk into a room with 100 guys, then That's not a good idea. Yellow can. I think I have another one of those. I got green and yellow. Okay, we got our delicious ice bar. I will populate my freezer with their corpses. The robots, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. But yeah, they give me grief, these guys. I think I was better off fighting them with the bow, perhaps. What do you guys think? Oh my god, this one's gonna kill me. This is gonna kill me. Oh, holy shit. I'll fight it a little bit longer, and then I'll use the heal potion. I'm using it. Ah, much better. I did 21 with that next hit. But geez, sometimes I one-shot these guys, but I guess it's just hard to hit them. You hear ding, 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 and it's a miss. And again, I'm not sure if the battle axe has a lower 2 hit or something. Really, I don't have any evidence of that except something I made up. Okay, so yeah, that was a little dangerous, but it was good to have that healing potion on me. Let me walk it off a little bit. Heal up. I do have that meat I left at the top left, I think, so it's not really a concern that I'm expending food. Another cane. Hey, the bomb, how's it going? He says LOL better. What does that mean? Well, welcome, the bomb. I probably read your message too late. It's probably my fault that I don't understand what you're talking about. As Stu will attest, Stu here will attest, I often don't read the message. I actually try to be good about it, but it's kind of like when I'm in a game that's like, I don't know, it needs my attention and there's a lot of people chatting. That's when I have trouble keeping up. But I have no excuse for Fatal Labyrinth for sure. All right, so I am, I think I've cleared the level. I've overeaten, but that's okay. I will find the stairs and just kind of camp by it. I don't remember where they were. Again, I have a bad memory about maps and things like that. So it would be nice if there was an auto mapper and I could like just press start to look at the map, but why would I want a map on this screen when I can see a blank screen that says paused? Whoa, somebody's here. What did he just do? I don't like this. I better... They're all respawning? Did I take too long? Is that the idea? They all oh my god. The whole level's respawn. Oh my god, this is bad. And I'm half speed because of my food issue. Okay, so I have to deal with... I should go to whatever's gonna give me the least trouble, and I think the robot, as we've established, gives me the most trouble. There's robots in all these rooms. There's a robot below me, robots to the right of me, robots to the north of me. Well, I have shit I can use. Let's throw a ring at them. I don't know. Here, have a gray one. 12 damage. Okay, not that great. It's probably better to use for the area effect, assuming it actually has one. You can throw it into a mob, like the guys up north, perhaps. But this is making me nervous right here. As we've seen those robots give me a hard time. I think the whole level respawn. That's nasty. I don't like that one bit. North has a robot and 3 bars, so I'm kind of inclined to go down. Because at least there's... I don't know, it's all nasty, really. I'll just do something. Let's go down. And again, I'm at half speed because of the food issue. Can I, what else do I have up my sleeve, if anything? It's good to be aware of what I have before I rush into it. I have 1 healing potion. Probably going to need that. Power ring I have on. I could throw another thing. I'm not gonna for now. Let's just do it. Oh, he shoots. I should charge at him. Okay. Crud. As Nelson once said pathetically, crud. God. This is not good. My usual escape plan in a game of Nethack would be scroll of teleportation, but that doesn't exist in this game, I don't think. Okay, I knocked out one robot, but I am near death, so I guess it's time for that one potion. I could probably squeeze out a little more hit points, but it's too risky before using the potion. That actually increased my max HP too, though. It wasn't at 104 before. I think it was 87, so that was quite nice. All right, let's see. Let's kill the robot and then see what I can do after that. Christ. 36 damage for that last hit. That was nice, but it wasn't enough to kill it. The bomb said the robots are tough. Oh, the bomb here must know the game. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Oh no. Okay, okay. Let's see what I can do. Can I go to the right before these guys finish me off and escape? Where's the stairs? If the stairs are here, I might be able to get out of here. I don't know if it is there though. This is where I should remember where the stairs are better. Oh god. Maybe they're down here. Okay, he's on top of me. Do I just fight him? If I run for it, he's gonna just kind of hammer me while I'm trying to escape, so that I gotta stand and fight. What about my wand situation? I do have some wands. Or canes. I don't know what they are. The bomb says screwed. He seems to be someone who knows the game, and he's called me screwed, so that's not great. Let's try using a cane right here. Great green. 16 damage. Alright. I'll use another one. Yellow cane. Must have been blown away. I'll take that. Ugh, I'm gonna die. Red cane. The monsters forgot their magic. Does that mean they can't shoot me with that? That would be good. Do I run for it? I'll stand and fight. Parried. Okay, it's the stairs here. The stairs here. Oh shit! The robot's almost on top of me though. Uh-oh. He's gonna catch me. Oh no. Oh, that's it. So what triggers all the respawn? I gotta find that out. If it's just you take too long, then I know in the future I shouldn't take so long. Arturo asks if those are eggs with teeth you're fighting. No, those are robots. Let's check it out if there's like a FAQ or something. Now I can always continue from where I left off, but I'll be on level 5, it said. Let's just check out if we can find a guide that explains the respawning at least. I'm gonna flip through this a little bit. Not sure if respawning is the word to look for. Here we go. Ah, look at this. Beware of the invisible time limit. This is not all fitting on the screen, great, but let me adjust that. You only have 256 more moves to escape the floor until all the enemies respawn. That's good to know. Now I know I don't want to always, you know, burn down my food. But, you know, mash the A button 100 times or whatever. Okay. They respawn with a vengeance too. They're all alerted to your presence as if an alarm was set. They have double the HP. Jesus Christ. Alright. I mean, now that I know that, I feel like I could do much better. So they're doubly tough. You know, the robots are all fully awake. They're all aggressively attacking us. There's 2 time limits, in other words. I was kind of talking about how usually in roguelikes, the time limit is the food, right? But in this game we have 2 time limits. So how do I continue? Press start before the timer count. Oh. Continue, press start before the timer counts down to 0. Was there a timer? I don't think I saw a timer. The bomb says, can we send donation? That's the first time anyone's offered. I appreciate that, but I'm not able to monetize on YouTube yet because I don't have the stats that are required for it. But thank you, the bomb. That's very, very kind of you. All right, I guess I have to start over. So that kind of sucks, but you know what? That was a learning experience, and now I know you can't waste time. All right. So I'm not going to talk to these jerks again. No, they're not jerks. I'm not going to talk to these useless people again. That one down there is worried about her clothes drying. The kid's worried about school. Stu says you can send them to him. Eric wants the money too. I have to talk to everybody before I can go up. If so, that's like the worst part of this game. I wonder if I have to go to school tomorrow. Please destroy that dragon so I can dry my laundry outside. Maybe the dragon's flames could like dry the laundry. Arturo says he would send the donation to Johnny Arcade for drugs anyway. What? It's one of Johnny. Oh yeah, he's on coke. That's what everybody said. That's right. You're gonna go regardless of the blah blah blah. Take care. Tell everyone that you're leaving. You have to talk to everybody. I think. Well, you have to tell everyone that you're leaving. Okay. It's no, I don't like that. Why would they do that? Anyway, I'm gonna stop complaining. All right, so now we're a little wiser. And I don't get how it's supposed to continue, but whatever. It is what it is. Let's stab the seagull bat. I feel like the bats and the slimes were kind of phased out at the level I was at. We weren't seeing them anymore. Equip. We already got a weapon upgrade. You kind of find weapons from the get-go in this game, right? Get this mouse cursor out of the way. Nobody likes that. I forgot what I had picked up. A black scroll. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Blue ring. All right, I'm getting all these goodies. All these goodies. Kill the slime. They're not actually called slimes. They're called jellies. I gotta get it right. I'll be very upset if I misname them. All right, let's use a hand axe, which has a strength of, I believe, 7. So we're already quite up there. I kind of feel like the game doesn't make you gradually have to develop your weapons. It's not necessarily the worst thing. I mean, it's a hard game. All right. How long is their distance? Like, the game is just like throwing piles of weapons at you from the get-go. Last time I found a battle axe on level 1, and it seemed to be by far the most damaging weapon. Hooray, I'm now a valet. I can now park the cars of these seagull bats, I guess. I'm a valet. May I park your car? I expect a tip. By the way, my grave wasn't very impressive. That's because I don't have a lot of money. That's how it works. Your money in this game, the gold that you find, is simply for, I can't remember things I'm picking up. I must be tired. The money you pick up is simply for getting a lovely, well-decorated grave with a lot of people standing by it. You go out with style or something. All right. Whose car can I park as a valet here? You? Oh, you don't have a car. You fly around. Purple potion. Okay, and again, I'll use kind of standard roguelike tactics of standing in a corridor. Don't get too cocky in this game, but I also know you can't wait around forever now. I wish there was something telling me the turn counts, though. There's no way I'm going to be able to keep track of it in my head. $256 doesn't seem like that much. I might have already done like 100 moves. Anyway, I'm I'm just kind of paranoid about that happening again. But, you know, the best thing I can do is just adjust my play so I'm not doing this wait around stuff quite so much. I think if I just do that, I'll be fine, probably. And this means I have to more carefully judge my food consumption, right? I don't want to say, well, you know, if I have 70 food now, maybe this gives me 80. It gives me 10, so I'll have 80, or maybe it gives me 30. And I could, and before, my rationale was, well, if it gives me too much, I just wait around. Like, the only timer is your stomach, and if you go too high, you just wait around for a long time. But that is completely false, apparently. And I should try to get better at remembering where these stairs are. So maybe I'll, like, visually announce where it is, so I can actually remember. Again, I'm terrible at, anytime there's a game with, like, a maze and everything looks nondescript and very samey, I never remember where the hell I'm going. Probably the bottom left, right? Nope. Top left. No, oh, there it is. Okay. Let's get out of here before everybody respawns and kills me. See, that time limit's getting in my head now. For a moment there, see what I just did was I passed a couple of turns, right? Because it's good to, you know, let the enemies step into position so you can attack them rather than vice versa. But passing my turn made me like, wait a minute, that's gonna eat up my turn count. I have to like not let it get in my head, is what I'm getting at. Still do my tactics as normal. Okay, I just hit the A button a few times there to pass my turn. Okay, a lance. I got lance bass, a pink cane. Hand axe is probably the best weapon still. And again, I have no idea if there's like a different 2-hit to these weapons or what. I feel like there has to be some downside to these heavy hitting axes. We got 2 pink canes, so I might as well try one of them, I guess. Just kind of reviewing everything I have again. Should I wear a ring? Let's wear a ring. There's a blizzard ring. The only thing is kind of a little lame the way you can identify things after no apparent effect. I mean, again, I'm thinking how Nethack has all this convoluted logic for stuff like that. Like, yeah, I'm putting on this ring and I don't know, what's my sign that it's a blizzard ring? I don't know. It's not the worst thing in the world. It is helpful. And now I got a power-up ring, which is good to have on, because as we learned the last time, that gives you 3 power, I believe. So, okay. We'll leave that one on. I don't see any reason to put on any of the other rings. The rest of them seem like bombs. So far, I've only seen the power-up ring and a bunch of bombs. Exploding projectiles, essentially. Okay, should we charge this magician? I think so. There's nobody else around. Rather than camping in the corridor, that is. Let's put on the helmet. My spear and magic helmet. Let's eat the food. We have 7 food. We definitely want to eat that. Yeah, so far I've observed that every time you get food, it either gives you 10 or 30 food units. And that uncertainty makes it difficult to know if you're going to be below the full threshold of 80. You might go above it. Like if you have 50, or let's say, I don't know, 57. If it was always consistently 10, you could decidedly say, well, I'm just going to get the food because it's totally safe. But you don't know. It could be a 30 food. Stop making me sleep. Another short sword, garbage. Cannot find a secret door. Come here, wormy. There's some shurikens there. And axe again. Can't carry anymore. Oh, does that count like a melee weapon or something? How would a shuriken count like a melee weapon? Let's discard a short sword. Could be a magician. They can't just walk, they have to do that thing where they turn into like a floating head for a moment. Yeah, so I have shuriken here. I think it said you could throw them without equipping them, so I guess I'll try that. Let me discard a short sword because I like having a free slot. There's the stairs, and once again I'm like, I don't know if I explored it all. I feel like I should just go with my gut. I feel like I probably explored it. Could there be more down here? I don't think so. Nah. Look at that. See? My gut is wrong. I had 2 levels of gut. I had the one level of gut that said, yeah, you're probably good. The other gut was like, no, he might be wrong. How many guts do I have? I must be a cow. Okay. Yeah, I definitely don't want to miss out on these rooms. There's multiple. I mean, it's not like I'm getting awesome objects here, but you never know. Actually a scroll and a ring, that could be nice. I think I neglected to use scrolls entirely last time, or I used one of them maybe. Alright, let's get out of here. Or was it up there? Dum. Scrolly scroll. There's some food that's safe to eat. Oh, that one gave me 20. That's the first time I've seen that. So I guess it gives you 10, 20, or 30 randomly. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's not too predictable. Because it makes it so some decisions you have to make are like weighing the risk and reward rather than giving you a clear-cut idea of how much food you're gonna get. Okay, ice bar is dead. Take that ice bar. I like gelato better anyway. What do we got here? Battle axe. I like that better. As you can see, that's worth 15 power. Should I try a shuriken for fun? Let's try it after once I actually find somebody to test it on. We got the stair. I'm trying to maybe announce where the stairs are. Where am I even though? I feel like I'm still kind of in the middle-ish, but maybe towards the left. Yeah, I'm kind of left center-ish. Stairs left center-ish. Do I want to pick up that food? I think so, but let's deal with the battle first. The worm is in an annoying place. Let's try shurikening him. Throw shuriken. More damage. Now, was that like the one shuriken or do I have multiple? Okay, I have multiple. Let's throw another one. I leveled up. I still have the item. Cool. Now I am a leader. And we shall eat. That gave me... Oh, I ate too much. So it says I ate too much even when you don't hit that evil threshold when you start going slow. I guess it's kind of like a warning, maybe. They're getting close to it. But really, it seems like 80 is the magic number you have to worry about. Something here? That seems fishy. I'm not finding anything. Is there anything else worth exploring? Yeah, this was not a game that all the kids were asking for Christmas. In the same year that Sonic the Hedgehog came out. This was the game that you said, I want a Sega game for Christmas, and if you didn't specify, your grandma got you this one. Hey, I would have been happy to see it under my tree, but most people would be like, what the hell is this? Alright. Should we try on more rings? I wonder if any of them are worth trying on. I already identified the orange, but I did not identify red, so let's try that on. Begin to feel much better. Flame ring. They just always say you begin to feel much better. It's pretty silly. Dun, dun, dun. I think I should get out of here. Can I get through here quickly? Where's my wand of digging to dig through the wall? Or my pickaxe? Okay, up we go. It's kind of funny that the magical number is 256 when you've taken too many turns. As everyone who knows anything about computing knows, there are 256 possible values in a single byte. So, you talk about really old school game, like maybe something for Atari 2600 or an old school arcade game. You tend to see these things like, you know, once you hit 256, something breaks or whatever. But they were not that constrained here on Genesis, that one single variable needed to be limited like as such. You know, in other words, that almost seems like a technical artifact rather than a design decision. And yet here we are. On the other hand, they had to pick some number that was kind of large, but something you could actually reach if you take too long. And maybe 256 just happens to be that magic number. Come here, Mr. Crystal Lee. I have about 101 hand axes here, so I'll pick up another one. No, all right. I wasn't sure. I don't even know why I bothered, honestly. I feel like I have to know what it is, just check it out, because I don't know the game, you know, forwards and backwards. So for all I know, it could be something interesting. Oops. I've destroyed the worm. Alright, do I want to risk eating that? I guess I should. I mean, I think I explored the whole level. If I do have to burn off some food, it's right... The stairs are right there. I'm going up. Okay, I am on level 5. I am still a leader. Destroy the ice bar. Destroy the snail. Let's start using some scrolls. Short sword. I immediately don't want a short sword. I will immediately drop that. Gray cane. And we have another leather helm. So the scrolls do what again? Like, what kind of general effects do they do? The manual said something briefly about that. It said confuses monsters, lights up rooms, etc. Okay, yeah, I think we should try using these more. Anybody here? No, but another scroll is here. Secret door. Alright, let's try on this snail and the ninja. Alright, I'm looking at the snail and I'm going to use a scroll. It is a black scroll. It is confusion. Okay. They're still attacking me. It might make their like movement erratic or something. But perhaps they can still attack you solidly. Let's try a green scroll. I got 4 of them. What do you want to appraise? Oh! This is identify. Oh, there is an identification method in this game. Yeah, these are on a oh! What about one of these canes, actually? So I know these are appraise scrolls. I have a whole bunch of appraise scrolls then, huh? That's good to know. Let's try it on the pink cane. The hypnosis cane. Does that just make them sleep, I guess? Let's try another one on the gray scrolls. A search scroll. Okay, we've seen what those do before. They just show you all the objects in the black areas that have been unexplored. Should we keep going, maybe? I'll use one more and I'll save the other. I'll use this on a cane. About a yellow cane. Anti-magic cane, okay. Alright, so here we have the stairs in the, what are we, in the top right, I guess? Oh, the red square, what does it do? Set to beware the red square. Oh, maybe that wakes up all the monsters. Probably does. I'm gonna go near the stairs just in case I need to retreat that way. But for now, I'm gonna just try to fight them. Oh, he jumps 2 spaces sometimes, that crazy old ninja. Anybody else want some? You guys are not coming after me as aggressively as I thought you were gonna. Alright, you're gonna just bop around like that? There we go. Hooray, I am a battle man once again. Battle man with a battle axe. Yeah, these snails. They're really fast, so they're hard to hit. No, they're actually interesting because there's 2 different concepts. There's missing and parrying. And parrying would sound like, you know, clink, clink. It should sound like clink, clink, but missing should be something separate. So I would think a snail would not be fast, but their shell might protect them. There should be more parrying than missing, perhaps, but I don't know. Alright, is there anything else to explore here? Can we go down more? Here we go. Come here, Shinobi. He's hopping around like a lunatic. Should I just shoot him? Let's try shurikening him. It would be ironic if a ninja dies to a shuriken, but I missed. Ding. I'm out of shuriken now. Sorry, I'm distracted by some text messages. Let me just reply. I had to reply to this one text real quick. Sorry about that, guys. My wife had to do some traveling today and she just arrived. So let me just reply. All right. All right, I'll deal with the ninja. I don't know. Well, so how many shurikens did I have? Did I use like 5-ish or so? It'll be good to remember how many usages you get. I feel like I might have only used like 3 actually. In any case, it's not like 10 usages for sure. This is a big room. Yeah, I was about when I was scrolling so far, like eventually I realized, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't hold the right button, so right arrow so recklessly, because there could be more monsters here. All right, let's get out of this taco stand. Yeah, I thought there was some food here. All right, do I want that? Yeah, let's get it. All right, so I overdid it, but I can always wait right near the stairs here. This sucks. And I will just mash A, and if all of the enemies, you know, appear due to my 256 move thing that killed me last time, it's only one step away from the stairs, so not a big deal. Do. Well, I gotta do a text again. I'll mash the button while doing my text. My daughter was a little under the weather. And my wife is traveling, so I figured it would... she deserves an update on our daughter, right? I'll be like, I'm not gonna tell you, because stream. I don't want my viewers to have to wait. But they have to wait while I mash buttons to digest my food anyway. Oh, here we go. I'm out of here. Okay, that's interesting. That's it. Not a terrible mechanic. I mean, yeah, it works. Now I have to deal with it here, though. Okay, got an ice bar coming up. Now, one thing that's interesting is you cannot go back down the stairs in this game, I don't believe. Certainly not going to eat more food. Here's a longsword. Wonder if I should try the longsword for a while. I think there is something like, you know, better to hit or something. I'll try it for a bit, see if I like it. Its power, though, is what exactly? 4. It's kind of not great, but it might turn out to be better. Not a huge sample size, but oh shit. Offhand, it did seem like I was hitting more often. Alright, jeez. Well, what am I loaded with here anyway? Hypnosis, anti-magic. Alright, I mean, I'm just gonna wait around here, burn some food and let them come to me. One at a time should not be an issue, I don't think. So now I'm seeing the longsword missing quite a bit, so thinking my theory might be wrong. I don't know. And I'm also getting quite murdered by this ninja. Jesus. Alright, it's time to... Do I even have a healing potion? Jesus Christ. I never identified those. Let's chug one. Cool. You feel much better, but that was power. Let's try the red one. That's heal. Okay, good. Alright. That was rough, but I got through it and identified 2 potions in the process. And as we learned last time, there seems to be no reason to wait on drinking the power up. So I'm going to do that and bump up my power to 12. It seems to be a permanent effect. So I am now mashing A again. Burning off my stomach contents and waiting for snails to come to me, but the latter is not happening. But yeah, you know, again, I'm very cognizant now of the time limit, so kind of don't like doing this, but I don't know, maybe I'll engage the snails because they're in a position where I only have to fight one at a time anyway. At least I'll move things forward. But they are kind of dishing out a decent amount of damage. I don't know. Sheesh. Alright, let's take on the next one. And I want to sit here for a bit and recuperate. There is a robot up there. He will not awaken until I disturb him, as we've seen earlier. 2 robots, actually. Yeah, I'm gonna poke my head up there. Get some stuff. Black ring. Let's try it on. Begin to feel much better. Here's a lightning ring. Put back on the power up. I'm lurching along with my full tummy. You know what? Since the game won't give me any like real clues about the difference in the weapons, like are the axes, you know, my theory is that they hit harder, but you don't hit as well. Why don't I just check this guide that I pulled up before? I mean, I would like it if the game could somehow give you a hint. It feels like you would have to like run scientific experiments almost to try to figure it out. Swords are middle of the road weapons with decent power and accuracy. Yeah, I think I'm on the right track here. Better weapons let you do more damage to enemies. Okay, okay, so swords are balanced. Spears are not powerful, but very accurate. Here we go, there's accuracy and power. Axes are the opposite of spears. Deadly powerful, but not accurate. Here we go, now it's basically what I suspected. Bows are a range attack, not very powerful, tend to miss. And you only get so many shots until they're removed from your inventory. I didn't know that. Okay. I'm gonna stick with the sword for now then, I think. I'm at a long sword. I wish they kind of gave you like stats for accuracy, but I don't know if that's a thing that's even discernible. Okay. Sorry, I gotta reply to my wife again. Yeah, I might keep my daughter home tomorrow from school. That's what I'm telling her. All right, let's get back into the action. Yeah, so now we know a little bit about the different categories of weapons. And I'm kind of glad that it's not like a no-brainer to just use whatever has the most powerful, you know, most power. Because I kind of like the idea of there's different aspects to it, you know. A longsword seems like a good one to use. I mean, you could figure out, you know, like, I don't like sort of like an average damage per attack sort of a thing, like all things considered, but it might be different per enemy. Like if some of them are harder to hit, you know, maybe the battle axe is terrible against them because you're just so rarely hitting them. But whatever the case is, these robots can be a pain. Let's keep moving. I'm not getting the food, obviously. Okay. Here we go. Bottom right, stairs. Stairs in the bottom right. I kind of wish the manual would tell you like the difference between the categories of weapons. It seems like something that people should know about. And I do get the perspective of the player should figure out some stuff, but it doesn't make it that clear. You really have to kind of do a lot of trial and error sort of. Anyway, I'm full on canes. I don't know what some of mine are. Let's do an identification, perhaps. Green is appraise. Pick one of my canes. We don't hypnosis, anti-magic. We don't know gray here. It's a blizzard. Okay. We don't know what kind of cane is on the ground. Let's just try discarding a hypnosis and see what this is. A red cane. All right, let's try one of these out, and I can always come back and pick up that one. Here, Snail, you get this cane in your face. Use the red cane. Monster's been blown away. Blow me to Bermuda. It's kind of funny. There was I think it's Total Control. Yeah, Total Control. The Total Controls RPG has a spell. Has two spells for teleportation. One is called Blow Me To, and the other is called Blow You To. Referencing that movie. Was it The Sword in the Stone? Blow me to Bermuda. Picked up spear. Another cane that I can't hold. Oh. Yeah, I mean, usually when you run into a situation like this, it means you're hoarding too much. You should use more. Or the game just gives you way too much crap. So I have... Okay. I don't know. Got a bunch of shit. Alright, did I explore it all? That's always the eternal question. Alright. Stairs in the lower left, I said, but I'm not sure I'm done exploring. Aha! Okay, come to Butthead. Can they shoot through other enemies? That's something that would be good to know. Like if two of them are lined up, can the one in the back shoot through the one that's in front? I feel like I have not seen that happen yet. What does the Chaos Scroll do? Did I use that one? I know this is probably just a crappy kind of spear, but I want to pick it up just to see what it is. I really wish it would just say when you're standing on it, there is a spear here. Or there is a lance here, or whatever. Didn't I announce the stairs were in the bottom left? Or was that the last level? I don't know. I think I'm too tired for this. Maybe it was the bottom right. Alright, I'm wasting time. Could be I thought I was in the lower left, but I actually wasn't. There was more to explore, perhaps. Yeah, it was the bottom right. Okay. So much for my mnemonic trick I was trying. Stated out loud, and that should help, is what I was theorizing. Am I all good here, by the way, with my weapons and stuff? Did I equip everything I found? Leather helms, I got a million of those. Leather armor, yeah, I guess I'm pretty much good there. Do I have bows yet? I don't think I found any bows. I found short bows, okay. Ring armor, ah, there's an upgrade. And that gives you 6 strength versus 2. Ooh, that's nice. Ninjas everywhere. And not a drop to drink, I guess. I still don't know if these guys shuriken you. Can you try shurikening me, ninjas, just so I know? Okay, they do. I probably saw that, but it didn't sink in. Alright, I'm gonna leave the robots alone for the moment. I can always tackle them when I return to the stairs, which are in the top right stairs. Ah, what are those green guys? Green birds. Green bird bats. Come to me, green bird bat. It seems like some monsters are shy about leaving the room, but some are not. Like the snails we observed earlier. didn't want to leave the room. These green birds seem to be the same. What is this thing? Killer fly. It's kind of ridiculous that all flying monsters are this bird-looking thing, and they just kind of reuse that. We got bats, killer flies, or whatever. And I think I did notice the ninja trying to shoot me. Yeah, he can shoot over another enemy. That's good to know. And I'm getting pretty beat up here, by the way. Let's try using something. Here, have a cane in your face. Have a I know all these canes. What about a different scroll? Brown scroll. Your gear has been saved from rust. That's good. I didn't know they could get rusty. Okay, I'm in the red zone. Not great. Oh my goodness. Alright, so I want to heal up. I guess I should better safe than sorry, right? Alright, I did finish off the fly just then and leveled up, but I didn't know that was going to happen. I think I would have died just there if I didn't do the healing potion. Okay. After that ninja beat me up. After the fly. Alright, so... more equipment shuffling garbage. Let's drop a lance. You know, I'm going to wheel the lance just so I can see what it does here power-wise. It is 2. And let's wield the spear similarly. Hopefully none of these are cursed. I'm not really sure how cursing works exactly in this game. But if it's a traditional kind of you can't unequip it, then that'll suck. And I got a short bow, a bunch of short bows. Alright. Let's check over here. No secret doors. Do. Red potion. A red potion. Was that healing? Yeah, red. So that's good. It's good to have 2 healings for sure. So far, I think I've only found 2 different potions in the game: healing and power. Quite a long corridor. Hello, friendly ninja. Oh, you're not so friendly. Alright. Let's connect this for the sake of completing it. There was no real point to my doing that, but I was like, I gotta do it. Let's get into a... Nah, this is stupid. The short bow sucks. I was gonna say, let's get into like a ranged weapon duel with the ninja, but you know what? I'm not gonna. Short bow only does 1 damage. I mean, it's 1 power. Not necessarily 1 damage. I'm not sure the exact math, but I figure it's something like some random number, and then the power gets added to that. Anyway, let's fight one of these robots. Yeah, this sword does seem like a better balance. I would like to get a stronger sword. But I was definitely missing more often with the battle axe. It's kind of funny that my instinct was to decide it works like that. I must have learned it earlier, way back in the day, one way or another. Or perhaps when I last did a stream on this game. Which again was kind of one of my smorgasbord streams. I did a Sega Genesis stream. I feel like it was maybe 2 years ago, and I wound up playing this game randomly, and just to kind of show it, like, this game, I didn't really like this game. It kind of sucks. And I found myself getting really kind of roped into it back then. So that's why I'm revisiting it tonight, because I kind of felt like it's actually not that bad. You have to appreciate that it's not Nethack. It's not going to be Nethack. It wasn't designed to be Nethack, but it has its own merits. But Nethack is very much a kitchen sink game. They just throw everything into it. You have to learn how to sort everything out. the wheat from the chaff and all that. Figure out what's good and bad and enjoy all the weird interactions. But this is kind of a more straightforward game. And yet there's still room for strategic thinking and tactical thinking. Anyway, is there anything else to do here? I guess we're about done. Should I get that food? Oh god, this eternal decision. I am at 57. I'm gonna go for it. 67 I'm at now. Cool. That was a wise decision then. Now, if each outcome of food is equally likely, which I'm not sure of, then you can kind of figure that into your odds, right? There's a 1/3 chance of it giving you 10, a 1/3 chance of 20, a 1/3 chance of 30. We got red slimes now, okay. And I'm farther along than I was last time, by the way, it seems. Amoeba. Pretty big for an amoeba. I feel like I'm not doing much damage. I need a stronger sword. Hello, robot. Alright, I'll just kill the robot. More ring armor. It's interesting that my stuff is rust proof, and how did that work exactly? Is it keeping track of which specific items are rust proof? And what actually causes the rust? Can these killer flies shoot? Nope. They're pretty nasty though. Guess that's why they're killer flies. Should I try some random object just to experiment? Do I know all these canes? I keep forgetting. I mean, I should probably burn through the canes anyway. Let's do a blizzard. Okay, that was nice, I guess. I mean, I guess it's better as a ranged attack, probably. But, you know, it did the job. I'm definitely going to wait before I attack the robot because I am quite beaten up. Oof, okay. Oh no! Alright, so now I have to deal with the robot, I think, yeah. Shit, alright. Let's start zapping or something. Oh, is he lined up with me? No, he's not. Okay. By he, I meant the fly guy. Alright. Okay, it's time to heal. Jesus. Ah, I'm up to 104 now. Nice. Killed the robot. Killed the killer fly. Is this lower right? Maybe middle right has the stairs. Middle right has the stairs. Is there really nothing there? I'm hitting A bunch. I don't want to waste too many turns, but how could there not be a secret door there? That's like, okay, maybe sometimes it just throws you off like that. Christ, alright. Well, I mean, I guess my question about if they can shoot ranged weapons through each other is well answered at this point. The answer is yes, they can. Alright, we got one robot out of the way. Let's, I don't know what. Step out of the way. I'm hoping I can... I'm hoping I can get through this battle without burning through another healing potion, but it's not looking like it. Alright, I think now's the time, unfortunately. Yes, red squares are nasty. 121, yes. I'll take it. Okay, we survived. Let me survey all the stuff I have again. What is the chaos scroll again? I'm gonna look that up in this guide that I have. I feel like I must have used it or identified it. I don't know. Let me check. Chaos. don't want to spoil everything, but I want to check. Okay, that's confusion. All right. Yeah, okay. I just didn't know the name. Okay. So we got some of that. We have these rings, which I should be throwing at people, right? I got all these wonderful rings that explode and freeze and things like that. Burn them. All right. I'll be more liberal with the ring usage, ring throwing. I'll drop one of these extra thingies here. Still no better helms that I found. I still haven't found a shield. Last game I found a shield pretty early. And farther along than I was last time. But I have not found a shield. I'm still in disbelief by this square here. Okay. Alright, let's keep looking around. Did we determine this was ring? I think we did not determine that. Because they hit the red square and I was like, I gotta get out of here. Alright, let's drop one of my many suits of armor, I suppose. Drop the leather, take this one. It's another ring. It is good to have a slot free, I think. Because then if you need if you're like in a jam and you need to pick up something, you don't have to shuffle equipment. That can be a few moves, right? You'd have to step to a different square so you can even drop it in the first place. And step back to the thing you want to pick up, and that's not good. Alright, so there's food here. And again, the question is it going to give me 10, 20, or 30? I have a buffer of about 20. I have 60 food, and the threshold, once again, is 80. That was a nice little haul there. I got some potions. I got a heal and an unknown one. So there are more than 2 types of potions. A chain helm, that's cool. That's a new kind of helm. An upgrade. Now my armor went from 7 to 9. So this must be a 3 strength. Yep. Cool, cool. We're getting somewhere, making progress. And look, my helmet looks cooler too. I'm gonna risk the food. Okay, it's pretty much good. It looked bad, but it was exactly on the border of overstuffed, which was 80, and now I'm good. What kind of axe is hand axe? Hopefully this is a better bow. The short bow is such garbage. Short bow, okay. I like how the manual describes the bows, or was it that wiki? I think it was the wiki. Basically, the bows they're crap at accuracy and they're crap at damage, but you can use them from a distance. So they're long distance crap. Come on, there's gotta be something there. Are you kidding me? I just tried searching again. All right, let's head to the stairs. Let's get out of here before we reach the 256 turn limit. It was middle, right. Uh-oh. All right, we're kind of surrounded by an upgrade to the wizardy type or whatever they are. In this room, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 combatants off the bat. Kind of want to throw a ring or do something. I'm not sure if like anything explodey will hurt me though. What if I throw a flame? Would that burn me, or a blizzard? Well, let's try it. I mean, you gotta learn, right? It's a trial and error. So here we go. I'm throwing an orange blizzard ring. It did not hurt me, so that's good. Trying to think what I want to do. Do I want to just go into a corner where only 2 can attack me at once? That might be the best. I can like dig into that corner. If I can get there. This might be fine too. But these red guys are harder to hit. Jeez. I'm getting quite beat up again already. Alright. We gotta use stuff. Let's throw a ring again. Have a flame ring. Okay. Hypnosis, put someone to sleep, maybe. Anti-magic might be good on these wizardy types. Let me kill this guy below me first. I think he's almost dead. Christ, I feel like dancing great. I'm confused. That means I can't control which direction I'm going. So I just hit down to try to finish the fly, but it made me attack to the right. Let's use anti-magic as long as I'm facing right, but I don't know if the confusion will affect that too. Monsters forgot all their magic. Okay, that's good. Alright, it's time to heal. Oh, shit. Okay. Ooh, excuse my language. Alright. Christ. This is bad, actually. Alright, let's see what else I can do. I should already start pulling out all the stops. I could use hypnosis below me to put him to sleep. And try to beat up the other guys. Sure, let's do that. Let's finish this slimy guy. Alright, he's done. Let's face... Oh! If I confused again, I attacked down by accident. Okay, I leveled up by accident, which is good. Because in my confusion, I meant to attack right, but the confusion made me attack the fly who was sleeping below me. And I killed him and leveled up. So that's okay. Not the worst outcome. We can throw another ring below. Here, have some lightning guy below me. No, I'm confused again. Alright. Shoot. Do I have any more healing? I think I do not. I don't know what this potion does. This is actually quite a jam I'm in. Alright, let's keep throwing rings and using everything. Throw a blizzard to my right. Cool. Use blizzard or anti. I'm gonna use anti-magic since he is the wizard who's giving me a hard time. Well, but he used it again anyway. I'm not sure if it's doing what I think it's supposed to do. Let's put him to sleep. Now, I could try to bolt it out of here. I guess I'll just finish the guy who can actually attack me, right? I don't know. This is a tough decision, actually. I'm still confused, so I'm not attacking where I want to. I'm almost dead now. Sucks. Let's try this potion. I don't know what it does, but here we go. Surrounded by darkness. Okay, that didn't help. Chaos scroll. Monsters are confused. Let's get the hell out of here if I can. Facing to the left, so the canes don't seem subject to the confusion. So now that I'm facing left, I should be able to attack or use the cane to the left. So let's use the blizzard on this guy. 12 damage. I have 6 left now. Shoot. And I don't know if I have much else I can do. The guy to my right is asleep still. I don't know if I'm confused anymore because it doesn't really tell you that. Search scroll won't help. Chaos. I'm not sure if he's confused currently, so I don't know if that'll help. I have a random other ring I could try throwing. It's a crapshoot because I don't know what it does. But I'm gonna try it. Missed. Okay, but at least I parried his attack, so I didn't die right there. I'm gonna use chaos again. And I'm gonna try to get out of here because I got one asleep and one confused. And I'm dead. That's that. And it says you can continue in the world before the time runs out. How do you do that? I'm pressing start right now. I don't see any timer. Oh, there you go. It is there. Okay. Somehow I missed it last time because I was distracted by chatting or something. But it might be the right time for me to call it a stream anyway. It is 11:40 here. I'm kind of tempted to keep going a little bit more. I'll play a little more, but I'm back at level 5 when I was a leader. That's pretty far back. It sucks. What level was I on? If you look at the chart in the manual again here, where does it say that? Yeah, if you're on levels 5 to 9, you'll continue from 5. I think I was at like 9. So it sucks that I couldn't like just make it one more. Oh well. It's a challenging game. Now, does it really keep track of like my entire state? Like all the stuff I had back at that checkpoint? Or how does it work? Do I just lose everything? No, it looks like it could be what I had at that point. Look, I had the shuriken. It's pretty far back though. It kind of not great, but if I remembered which was which here, I would have these identified. Unless it shuffles them up, I don't know. The red was heal. Do you like lose all identifications? I think you might. Look at this. Huh. I'm gonna use a gray scroll. Items have appeared from the darkness. Okay. Let's get out of this open area. Oh man. At least I'm able to outrun them. But where the heck is a corridor? There's gotta be a corridor. You have to search for it explicitly. Arg. Oh, I don't need that. I want to search. I actually died. I ate so much I died. I meant to search. Why is Spotify trying to find devices on my network? I'm gonna say no to that. Anyway, let's try continuing. I mean, at least I didn't go far from the the checkpoint. But yeah, you don't want to overeat. If you go, I guess if you go above 99, you just die. All right, so once again, I do want to get to a safer area, but at least there's only 2 monsters who are awake right now. Cool, I one shot at the ninja. I'm probably letting myself get distracted by small sample sizes where things happen to work out right. But right now I'm like, whoa, that battle axe, I think it might be more effective all in all than the short sword. But I'm not going to let, the long sword that I had, I mean. I'm not going to let myself get distracted by that small sample size. Red ring, red rum. Flame ring. Let's kill those robots. I gotta remember, I am weaker than I was. I will heal up before I fight it. Thanks for joining me tonight on the stream, guys, by the way. I do an old games stream typically once a week during the week. It's not a consistent schedule. Usually I play on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or Thursdays, though. And then I often do a stream on Saturday nights where I usually bring in my son, Mr. Bob, and we play anything. It could be a board game. It could be a PC game that's new. It could be it could even be an old game, but usually I don't know, like something like RimWorld or FTL or something like that. Game books are popular for Saturday night gaming, which are basically choose your own adventure style books and whatnot. So I actually play the physical paper books. I'm getting beat up. I gotta get not too cocky. I might die right here, actually. All right, let's take a break. Let's rest up. We gotta rest up sometimes. I'll just poke my nose around here without waking up the robot, actually. It's a huge room. I wish you could get like enchantments on the weapon. Maybe you can. But imagine you could get like accuracy or damage pluses, and you could like plan out your build sort of like, I'm gonna go for a battle axe, but try to get the accuracy enchantments, or like vice versa with a spear, perhaps. I don't know. I just kind of think that would be fun. Anyway, I am walking around this robot to heal up, and now I will fight it. And hopefully not die. Alright, level up. I'm a battle man again. Battle man. I'm not a battle. Oh no. I was gonna say I'm not a battle toad. But alright, red square, that's the alarm that wakes up all the monsters. Could hide near the staircase. At one shot of that robot. Wow, I don't know. Again, maybe it's small sample size influencing my, biasing me. But I feel like the battle axe is superior to the longsword. Let me look at this chart again. It didn't tell me anything about accuracy, like statistically, but like I want to see like which in the sword category, the longsword is the third one. They kind of lumped shuriken in here. I won't count that though. So it's the third weakest sword, and the battle axe is the second weakest axe. It does mention if you're lucky enough to find a battle axe on the early floors, that is great. I seem to always find one on the early floors. Alright, excuse me. Let's keep killing ninjas, I guess. See, this is the thing. When I have a streak like this, miss, 5 misses in a row, that's when it does hurt you to have the low accuracy. So, it depends on what, I don't know if it depends on what you're fighting or not. That would be good to know. Like, maybe the ninjas just have such a high dodge that it's just so hard to hit them. And I would wish I had higher accuracy, but is it really practical to like swap out weapons for individual types of monsters anyway? I don't know. Like, say I had perfect knowledge of the game, would it make sense to be like, oh, I'm going to switch to a spear for ninjas, and then for robots I go back to an axe, and I guess you could do that if there's not a huge swarm of anything. But that's where the danger is, right? You're never in danger usually if you fight just one of something. Leather armor. Can't carry any more weapons. Let's discard a random hand axe. Check out what this is. A lance. Alright. Yeah, so now that we have 8 concurrent viewers, I will ask the question again. Has anybody who's in the chat played this game before? It's pretty obscure. It's for Sega Genesis. It's a roguelike. I bet most people buying this game never heard of roguelikes at the time because it wasn't a very well-known genre. It was kind of a niche thing. And again, I was a roguelike fan. I played a lot of Nethack, and I played some Rogue and Lorne and Moria and all this stuff. So when I heard this was coming out in '91, I was like, oh, that's awesome. It's going to have cool graphics and stuff. I'm going to risk the food here. Because again, I'm 20 down. And by my math, there's a 1/3 chance each of 10, 20, or 30 food being gathered from the meat here. I don't know if it's literally 1/3 each, but it seems like it's better odds. Yeah, so that worked out perfectly. Arturo says you left the meat unacceptable. I did not. It just took me a moment to realize I should eat the meat. Okay, we have how many enemies here? It looks like 3, and is that a robot I see? I'll ignore the robot. Oh, I got a ice bar on the left as well. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's take out the ninja first. Cool. I do think the battle axe is the better weapon. Again, I keep letting my opinions swing back and forth based on immediate and small sample size. But I don't know. I think if I try to think bigger picture, I think it is generally better. And then this happens. Christ, okay. So, obviously it's not always better, but... Arturo asks, why do you keep poking people with your axe? That's not how axes work. Yeah, they should improve the animation, perhaps. Let's discard and I have a lot of shuriken, actually. I should start using them. I got three, what I say, each one is like a few shuriken, like somewhere in the range of 3 to 5-ish, it seems like. Now that I have a bunch, I can start flinging them around. not worry about using them up. They're there to be used. They seem better than bows. This is... Oof, that was rough. So again, I wonder if because the snail's harder to hit, I should be switching off or something. Food for thought. I do think the axe nails the robots better than the longsword was, the battle axe was. So I will just circle around him to heal up a bit. Do my little rain dance, my robot dance. Da 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 da. Ayahava. All right, next heal, I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Sweet. Secret door. A large room again. Let's try hurling a shuriken or two. It's interesting, he doesn't want to line up with me. The AI is not very smart in their movements because he has a ranged attack, so you'd think he'd want to go up and then he could shoot me from a distance, but instead he kind of goes... He approaches not lined up with me, which is better for melee, right? The melee fighter wins out with that approach. But he's... Christ. Oh. Okay, that was bad. So again, yeah, you know, I say the battle axe seems to be overall better, but then that thing is more likely to happen. That kind of situation. Maybe I just need a really good armor. And Arturo said you should be walking around the meat. Its deliciousness would heal you. I would do a meat dance, yeah. Ring around the meat wad. Meat wad. I think I have enough health to confidently face a snail. You know, in nature, if you saw a snail of that color, it would be venomous. You wouldn't want to mess with anything that's bright green and bright pink. That's nature's warning to you. Do not mess with this. Another leather helm. We got a ninja. It is kind of silly looking. It does look like you're poking them. Excuse me, I got a sneeze coming up. Excuse me. Ah, bless me. Alright. Let's drop some armor. I have all leather. Look at this. Just a pile of leather. And I got more leather, not even ring. Hey, Mr. Dan the Man in the house. Welcome. Always good to have you in the chat, Dan. And Dan says, joined the stream late. Never seen this game, but I immediately knew it was a Genesis game. Yeah, you can tell it is. And it did remind me of Nethack a little. Yep. And I was surprised to realize how much I missed the Nethack play. Oh, well, I appreciate the feedback. I mean, I wish I had all the time in the world because, you know, Nethack is one of my all-time favorites. And, you know, I can't play everything is the bottom line, though. But yeah, this is a fun roguelike that, as I was saying early on the stream, it was not my favorite back in the day. I actually disliked it. A long story short, I played this on one of my kind of smorgasbord styles streams a couple of years ago, and it started to click to me that there's some good design in this game. It doesn't have everything but the kitchen sink, or everything including the kitchen sink like Nethack. You know, it's much more limited. And you don't have like a million different commands you can do and interact with things in a million ways, but it's still a solid game. And I appreciate it now, I feel like. Hey, maybe this could be my new thing as I try to beat this game. Although it's quite a challenging game. It's not easy. Anyway, just equip the lance so I can see what its power is. It is 2. I already know that it's always 2. And I don't think it ever varies. Like per type. Sorry, I'm not sure if I checked out what sword that was. Is it, or did I drop that myself? A longsword. Okay, longsword was what I was using before I died earlier. It's a pretty good weapon. I feel like, once again, the pound per pound, I think the battle axe is better, although it does have those streaks when you're just missing and missing and missing. And that is no fun when that happens. The hand axe doesn't seem to have any purpose to me, though. And for Dan's benefit, what I read in a kind of a wiki page was there's 3 categories of, oh, it's a little bit more than that, but the 3 main categories of melee weapons are swords, spears, and axes. And they each kind of have a damage and an accuracy. So the axes are high damage, low accuracy. The spears are low damage, high accuracy. And the swords are a balance. So last time before I died, I was using a sword. And I don't know, I feel like the battle axe is overall better. But there are these frustrating moments where you just miss and miss and miss. And I'm kind of experiencing that right now. A lot of missing right there. All right, let's take out this robot next. And I'll do a dance around it. Sorry, Arturo, I'm not going to dance around the meat this time either. Because I don't want to run all the way over to the meat. Okay, I should be healed up enough, I'd say now. Now, this game has 2 different sort of time limits. One is your food, which is kind of a standard thing in roguelikes. Oh my god, am I going to die here? Alright, so... yeah, that sucked. But let's use a potion. I don't know which is Hope Red is healing. Cool. And the reason why I guessed red is because before I died... so when you die, you go back to a checkpoint. It's not permadeath like in most roguelikes. I wasn't sure if it made me lose my identifications that I had gained since the checkpoint, or if it shuffled everything up. But before I died, red was the healing potion, and it seems like that's still the healing potion, so I guess it does not shuffle up the identifications after you die. It just makes you lose what you identified. Lose the not what you identified, lose the identifications. So there is some meat here. It is risky. If you get over 80 food, which you can see down here, I have 68. You are in bad shape, and you're very slow. And every food you pick up gives you either 10, 20, or 30 food units. So it's kind of risky for me to get that, because only the 10 would keep me in the safe zone. So I'm gonna bypass that meat, much to Arturo's chagrin, I'm sure. Did I pick this up and intentionally drop it? I don't remember. I think there's no reason to have multiple power-up rings. So let me discard that other one. The purple ring is what? I don't know what it is. Let's try it on. You begin to feel much better. Every ring says that. Oh, it's a food ring. Look at that. The food ring. I guess you just consume food at a slower rate, probably. All right. I mean, I could leave that on and then switch to power when I get into a combat, or I'm about to get into a combat. It's not really great though, because you could easily be caught off guard in some situations, probably. Anyway, I have been doing this practice where I announce where on the map the stairs are, because once I explore other areas, I forget. But I'm already at the end of this level pretty much. I've explored it all, I think. I'm going to put back on the power ring, because when you go to a new level, it's pretty common for there to be a bunch of monsters right in your face. We see one monster here, the red jelly type. It's called amoeba, actually. Cool, I one-shotted it. It is a little annoying to have to switch between things constantly, like I'm trying here, but let's see how it works out. I'll try it. And once again, I'm hoping I get the next level of armor, which is ring, but so far, no such luck. Spear. Got some more of these robots. Let's put on the power-up ring and fight. Fight, win, prevail. Right, I think I was trying to talk about the 2 timers in this game. I kind of got sidetracked. You have the food, which is pretty obvious. You starve if you run out of food. And there's another one. If you spend apparently 256 turns on one level, then all the enemies you've slain reappear. I think that's how it works. Either that or just a whole bunch of new ones appear. And they're all angry and actively seeking out to kill you. And so that happened my first time tonight, my first game tonight, and I got destroyed when that happened. And that was because I was taking measures like I ate too much food, so I would just mash the A button to skip my turn repeatedly and just kind of burn away the food I've eaten. But that, I was unaware that there's like a second timer that makes it hard to do that without getting yourself killed. So yeah, you have to kind of balance the two, your food and the 256 turn limit. There's nothing telling you how many turns you've taken, so. What are they? Okay, I thought that was a tentacle, a green tentacle in the upper right, but I think that's the flies. For some reason, all the flying monsters look like a bird, and I haven't found actually any birds yet. Only a bat and a fly. This thing is a killer fly. All right, level up to soldier. I am now a soldier. Come here, ninjas. They're too scared of me. They know I'll wreck them. You want to get into a shuriken duel? Let's do it. Shuriken. Yeah. Oh, that one only had one and it disappeared. Interesting. Did I use that one before, maybe? That one. I used one. Now I've used two. There might be a random number of them per shuriken. Number of uses. 3. Yeah, that one's gone now. Alright, so it's not a lot. Now he's throwing shuriken. Oh man. I'm getting nervous. Okay. Alright, cool. Yellow cane. Do I want the meat? Now I'm in that situation where I'm 20 away from the threshold of being overstuffed and having half speed. So again, I feel like it's a 2/3 chance of it being fine. You know what? The stairs are right here. I'll come back and get it at the end. Stairs are in the upper right. I say that aloud because I always forget. I'm not good at remembering where things are on a map. And there's no like screen like this. I always feel like this should take you to a map, but it doesn't. Like just a zoomed out map, you know? Alright, we got 2 ninjas and a robot. Come to me, ninjas. It is funny though, Dan, that you could tell it's the Sega game. I can tell too, because I've seen the same style of artwork in like some other Genesis games. Like the humanoid characters here, they look very similar as in maybe one of the Phantasy Star games, or maybe some other games like Sword of Vermilion, which are RPGs, which is an RPG for Genesis. You can like just tell there's a Sega E aspect to it. I don't know what these canes are. I think one is one kind is anti-magic, one kind is hypnotize. One shot at that robot, nice. He did not even get to wake up. I killed him in his sleep. His robotic sleep. Money, all that does is get a better grave when you die. More shuriken to make up for the ones I burned off. Okay, that's cool. Alright, so is that everything? I think it probably is. Okay, so we'll head to the upper right and get our meat. And hopefully we won't get overstuffed. Alright, that was only 10. So we're at 65 food now. Alright, we got amoeba, robot that's asleep, and 2 ninjas. I guess I can just step right then down to try to follow the standard roguelike tactic of hiding in a corridor. So you're only fighting one at a time. Unfortunately, that rear ninja is still blasting me with a shuriken pretty good, actually. I could try to retreat and move to a better position, or just grind through it. Let's grind through it. Not fantastic here, though. Alright. Now we'll step away, perhaps. Oh, it's a dead end here and no secret door to my bottom. Maybe to the right, I don't know. Okay, so that ninja is stupid. He's actually going around the robot to face me when he could have just kept shurikening me from his position. Their stupidity helps me out quite a bit sometimes. Nice. I one-shotted the killer fly. They can be a pain. Alright, we got some potion. Purple potion. Can't care anymore for this spear type. Let's drop the basic spear. And I got a spear. Just so I can see how much it does when I mouse over it, I'm going to wield it. I know there is a concept of curse stuff in this game, so I hope it doesn't work like Nethack where you can't unequip a thing. Could very well do that though. Oh, I have all the unidentified scrolls. Let's use a black one. I don't know. Monsters are confused. Okay, that was kind of a waste, but that's fine. One of these should be identified. Maybe the green. Yeah, what do you want to appraise? I mean, the rings, you just try them on and identify them, and I haven't seen any that are bad when you do that. There could be some that are bad, though. Let's try a brown scroll. The rust-proof scroll, and I don't really know how that works once again, but okay. It's good to know. I'll use appraise on a cane this time. Let's try the purple cane. Flame cane, alright. I'll use another. Let's do the gray scroll, search scroll, okay. Alright, that's cool. Let's kill this robot. Oh no, the red square, okay. So that's like an alarm for anyone who didn't see that earlier. It's quite nasty. And of course I'm having a bad battle with this one single robot, so... Alright, not great. There should be another robot to my right even because I walked by one earlier. Simply because I wasn't quite healed enough. I decided to ignore him for the time being, but there he is. He's not aggressively coming at me though, which is good. Sometimes they don't do that. Definitely awake though. Now I will go for it. Come on, fool. He's sometimes like skipping around, it looks like 3 spaces or something. I didn't know they could do that. Destroy him, my robot. Some wonderful meat. Were there stairs down here? Yeah, stairs are in the right center-ish, we'll say. Kind of top right-ish. So many monsters in this game make me feel like a wuss. Like, ugh. Oh. Okay, killer fly is done. If this is the level of sword above longsword, I might go with it. I don't have any reason to believe it is, but short sword, yeah, screw that. Purple potion. That's not identified, but I think it's probably... Oh, it might be the power potion. I should be chugging those if that's what it is. Yeah, that increased my power from 15 to 16. Oh, yeah. So as I had determined earlier, these aren't temporary boosts to your power. They are permanent. So I can get more. This is like getting like a permanent like weapon upgrade, sort of. That's nice. Sweet. Should have drank those earlier. Ray potion. That's neither healing nor power. Or is it identified? I don't think. Yeah, I don't know what these two are. Hand axe. I'm just gonna dump that. Okay, we got a ninja and 2 green birds, which are actually killer flies. Dan DeMan said, I only ever played 2 RPGs on Genesis. Sword of Vermilion, first game I bought with the system, but thought it was okay. I never finished it. I thought it was cool, but I also didn't think it was great either, and I also didn't finish it, I remember. I loved the idea of the action-y combat combined with an RPG, but I felt like most of the combat's pretty meh. Like, I remember seeing like the ads, like fighting like a giant dragon, and I was like, whoa, those graphics. But you know, the action of the combat wasn't fantastic. And Dan also said the Sega CD game Dark Wizard I thought was awesome though. Oh yeah, I think I played that on stream once for the first time, like just a little bit. And finished that one. Lots more strategy, moving your army minions. Yeah, it had anime cutscenes, which were awesome at the time. Yeah, I gotta revisit that one for sure. That's a cool game. Chain Helm, nice. We got an upgrade. If you look at our AR in the lower left corner here, that's a stupid emulator console. We'll get out of the way. That is currently, come on, show me, 3, and now I have 5. So that's a nice upgrade. 3 to 5 is good. Secret door found. Once again, ninjas and flies. The Dark Wizard is I remember being impressed by that. I was like playing a Sega CD stream. Again, one of my smorgasbord style streams. And I remember, I feel like I started with Dark Wizard. I wound up playing it for like an hour or something like that. I was like, whoa, this is cool. I don't want to be in range of their shuriken. But come on, just come over and fight me. Yeah. I never had a Sega CD in back in the day, so I've only played it emulated. I also, my friend had it in the 90s, so I played his a little bit, but he didn't have that game. I actually only remember playing, mostly remember watching him play, because that was satisfying enough. But he played like a couple of FMV games like Night Trap and Sherlock Holmes or something. That's all I remember him playing. Night Trap was very impressive to us as stupid teenagers who were like, whoa, FMV, but it's such a bad game, really. I finally found a shield. Look at that, a basic leather shield. All right, then my AR goes from 5 to 6. I'll take it. Brown scroll. Are those ninjas, said Arturo. Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about the ninjas all night, Arturo. Yeah, they're ninjas. It even says you killed a ninja. That's the only time it tells you what the type is. It's when you kill it. Now, I have 2 rust-proof scrolls. I wonder if I should just use one now. And this is the kind of thing the game doesn't really give you any feedback for how it works, so maybe I'll look it up actually. So let's look it up in this wiki page. And we've got magic items. Rust prevents your equipment from being melted for the floor. Okay, so that means while you're on the floor, whatever this melting or rust effect is cannot happen, which I haven't seen at all yet. So maybe I'll wait till I see any evidence of anything that can actually cause that effect. Excuse me, and then I'll worry about it, and then I'll think about, you know, using that scroll. All right, yeah, but those are ninja, Mr. Arturo. Maybe I'll have to explore the Phantasy Star series sometime, by the way. Speaking of Sega and RPGs, I've never played any. I've kind of seen them, like seen people play them or something, but I've never played them myself. Phantasy Star 3, I remember, was kind of impressive looking. I never played the first one, or I don't think we've even seen the first one, honestly, which is on Sega Master System. And I think I said the stairs are towards the bottom. Yeah, here, the Top rightish. Did I leave any meat around? Yeah, I thought there was a meat here. Let's try this. I ate too much. That's just the warning one, right? Yeah, so I think between 70 and 80 you get that warning, but it doesn't actually affect you. Oh. Well, these guys came because I did my 256 moves, I think, so I'm getting out of here. Jeez. And Dan says, only other games I wanted to play at the time were the Lunar RPG games and maybe Shining Force. Maybe one day if I ever get to retire, I'll have the time. Yeah. Sometimes I think that too. Like, I'm not going to get to work on all my hobby projects that I want to do or play all the games that I've missed out on until I retire. Okay, this is where I started to have a lot of trouble last time when these blue wizardy types showed up. Let's position ourselves in the corridor, as is the roguelike tradition. I think more roguelike games should not necessarily discourage this tactic as a whole, but make it so it's not pretty much always the best thing to do if you can. Like, give your guy like an attack that sweeps around multiple squares, or more reasons to not just duck into a corridor generally. I'm sure there are some modern roguelikes that do more of that. So I'm just holding the right button because I'm confused. I'm holding the right arrow. Now I've recovered, it says. Those blue wizards confuse you. You can't control which direction you're going. Well, I just picked up a cane. Got a lot of yellow. One of these is, I think, anti-magic or... You know, I think between the pink and yellow, one is anti-magic and one is hypnosis, which puts them to sleep. I don't know which is which, though. Not touching that food. Too risky. Shining Force. A lot of people liked Shining Force, and that's another thing I remember watching some friends play. It's not a game I ever had, though. I think there were a few of them, right? Like Shining Force 1 and 2 and 3 or something. Something like that. Rust. I got 3 rust proofs now, huh? At some point I'm going to be so full of scrolls, I'm just going to like, hey, might as well use a rust proof. I'm on level 9, by the way. If I get to level 10, that'll be the new checkpoint for continuing. And one thing that just occurred to me is probably why, like, one of the things that kind of made me less into this game back in the day is there's no save. The checkpoints are nice, but in case you die, but you know, you have to leave the game on because you can't save it if you want to like continue later. So at least with the emulator that I'm playing on, I can shouldn't have stepped into the room. I can return to this later. Like, what I'm thinking I might do is get to level 10, and then if I die, I can always, well, I'm gonna quit anyway probably, but if I die, I can always resume at level 10. Alright, so I killed the amoeba, and I'm confused now from the wizard. Let's try to walk it off. Alright, I've recovered. Got a short bow again. I want a better bow because the short bows are garbage. And let's drop a lance, let's say. The battle axe, which again isn't something I need. But you know, if things can rust, I wonder if I should have a backup of my main weapon, which is the battle axe. So maybe I'll keep that and dump the, I don't know. Part of me likes the idea of maybe I could switch to a spear type and I might as well have the best one that I found so far. And same thing for longsword, but I don't think I'm realistically going to do that. Let's just drop the lance. There's another lance. I meant to pick up the sword to see what it is. Another longsword. Okay. Can't carry any more armor. Hopefully this is chain armor. I need an upgrade of leather. Leather again. Oh man. Leather helm again. But I already have this chain helm, as you can see. Oh, no secret doors here, and no corridors. Look at that new creature, an eyeball thing. Hello, eyeball friend. What do you got? You can shoot? Of course an eyeball can shoot. What are they going to do but shoot like rays of stuff at you? That's just kind of how they work. You've destroyed the big eye. It's called a big eye. If I say it too fast, I might sound like I'm saying big guy. Kill that big guy. Alright, we're at almost 12:30 here in New York. Yeah, I gotta bolt soon. I'm gonna get to level 10 and call it a stream. Another secret door. I'm on duty to take care of my daughter in the morning and she's not feeling well. Yeah. All that fun stuff. Alright, I mean, I could just take those stairs, but I think there's a little bit more to explore over here. Some more scrolls. Okay, I can't carry anymore. I mean, I did say I'd just burn off a rust-proof one, but I'm about to leave the level, so it's like, what's the point? I don't know. I guess I'll do it anyway. Another branch scroll. Okay, fine. Wood shield. I think that's better than leather. So that one, the leather has 1 strength, and the wood gives, looks like 2. Cool. It's an upgrade. Alright, so do we want to eat some food on the way up? I think we do. Oh shit, it's time. Okay. Gotta get the hell out of here. They're here. Alright, this is not good. Can I try to run past them? See if it's possible. Didn't mean to do twice there, but meant to go right once. I'm gonna try to run around them. No, I'm getting. Oh, it's right there. I should have. Oh, shoot. Okay. Let's go. Let's kill this one first. If I turn around, it's gonna be attacking me from behind while I'm kind of jammed up by the other slime. That's why I want to kill that one. Yeah, let's get the hell out of here. Whew, okay. Level 10. Alright. Oh, it looks different now. It plays different music. If you were getting tired of that tune, well, we have a new one. Let's listen to it for a moment. I'm going to turn it up. Okay, it's not fantastic, but it's okay. Alright, yeah, I should call it here. Let me clean up this room first. How about kill these jerks? Okay, cool. I destroyed the wizard in 1 shot. The killer fly in 1 shot. I like one-shotting. Killer fly that looks like a green bird. It did 25 damage in 1 hit. They can be pretty nasty, these flies. I don't like them. We got a red slimy guy coming and another killer fly. Christ, they're really beating me up. Alright, do I want to use stuff or just let myself die and respawn? This is the checkpoint right here. I'm trying to think of the logic of the checkpoint. What if I used a bunch of stuff and then died anyway, which could easily happen? Then I would respawn without all the stuff I used in the process. Maybe it's just better to die. And try again from scratch, sort of. Oh, I killed that one fly before the other one killed me. And I still have a pretty sad grave. I've got 6 people standing by. It's just a rock. Nobody even bothered to like carve the rock into a nice headstone or anything. Oh, I have to hit start though. Right, so I don't want to let that pass. Alright, I guess I'll leave it here then. It's time to say goodnight. So thanks to everybody for watching. And let's do our romper room business here. Thanks to Mr. Andy. And thanks to Neaton, also known as Arturo. Thank you to Eric for watching. Thanks Stu's Game Reviews. I think he probably took off. Thank you to The Bomb. And The Bomb was my first ever time anyone said, I'm going to give you money. But yeah, I can't do that, at least not via YouTube, because I'm not able to monetize yet. my stats aren't beefy enough. I don't have enough subscribers and watch time or something like that. And also thank you to Dan the Man who showed up late. That's not a criticism, just just saying you're later in the scrolling of the chat. Yeah, so see you guys next time. I'll probably gonna do some kind of a stream, maybe with my son, Mr. Rob Bob, on Saturday night. But we'll see how it goes. So yeah, good night, guys. Take care.